is coming. You'd think that these sides want to use the try football early elimination final is about to get underway. It will be Abbas up against Morrow. Abbas taps it down in the middle there. Michaelidi squeezed a handle out to Suter, who got tackled.
Thought he might have got a too high free kick there.
We're going to do that one again, boys. Another ball up right dead centre of the ground. As we said, rain is on its way.
Jacob Wood looks to have gone straight to Suter as well. With looks to be a run with roll at this stage.
The two number 6 go at it again. Morrow tapped it straight down. Not quite getting a clean clearance away. Rosado handled across to Michaelini's who handballed. Now Wilson goes forward with a quick kick in towards the target. McDonald couldn't quite mark it. Fell off his chest. Good work. Back there was Rennes. Fighting hard there was Johnson for the Tigers. Goes back to Michaelini's. Good awareness from 51. Unloads. It's going with the breeze. Going away to the far side. And first up, we've got a minor score. And that is on the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard. The best price and the best rate guaranteed.
First score on the board goes the way of the Tigers inside a minute. Looking lively early is Michaelidis in the middle and getting his hands on it a couple of times. Biffin plays on. It's going to go long and wide to the outer side of the ground. Abbas sets himself nicely. Works Morrow under the pack. Can't quite gather. Morrow goes in again. Now it's Blazer. Handballs one out. The chain of handballs. Blazer again links up with Wood. Almost gets one back there. Was Di Virgilio, but turns the ball over. A Morwell kick it forward. Cut off by Greg. Handballs to Rennet. A scrappy kick forward. Going to go straight to Anderson. Anderson fumbles. Moe gather, but Anderson lays a nice tackle at a ball up. Just on the attacking side of the centre circle on the outer wing in favour of the Lions. Ruckman going at it in Morrow and Abbas. Morrow works to the front, taps it down. Out the back looks to be, is that Sim? No clean possession. Wilson putting his hand over, can't gather, can't get possession. Blazer gets a handball out to Wood. Wood links up with Ainsworth through the middle. Ainsworth goes forward to Dugan, out of the lead, gets it at the second grab, and Dugan will line up for goal 45 metres, about 40 metres out, almost directly in front. James Blazer, about 3 touches early already, all handballs, linking up with Ainsworth running through the middle. And great finish there by Ainsworth, finds Dugan on a strong lead.
We just seen Moe's run through the middle part of the ground. They just stacked up, didn't they? They ruffled it, who got it in the middle part of the ground. That quick ball movement, that's what Moe do really well, and it's proven again there.
So Dugan on a slight angle, looking for the first goal this afternoon. The first one for the Lions comes in from 45, it's on its way. And the breeze just pushes it across from left to right as a minor score. So Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard sees Moe 1 behind, the Tigers are 1 behind, score level after we've got 2.5 minutes of play.
Sorry, Scott, I forgot to push the
Hogarth kicks it in, out of full back, over the back there was Grant, puts it back inside forward 50, and in the front spot was Farrell, diving down and getting low, the big fella, taking a chest mark down at ground level. Will go back, and repeat entries are always tough, aren't they, for the opposition defence?
Yeah, especially the kick-ins are very hard to defend because players are turning around looking, do they go back and get front square or do they pick up an opponent? And a quick kick-in like that is really hard to defend.
So the boys beyond the goal are trying to put Farrell off. He comes in, right foot starts it to the left and it continues going that way. And the radar's just off at the moment from both of these sides. 2 behind, Moe.
A bit different, I think last week it was a windy day and both teams were very accurate.
Brad Springer down at ground, Brad Springer Thomas that is, down at ground level, experience of the future with a new Golf test drive today at Latrobe Volkswagen on the interchange. Springer?
I'll actually get back to you, mate. Geez, you set me up well there.
You're doing great work. Well, the Tigers have got one over the back here. Abbas just tapped it in the running there at Belutro. He's kicked to Johnson. He went with one hand. Massey fell over. Johnson puts a tackle on. Followed up nicely was Belutro. Left foot kick. Top of the square. He's kept it skinny, and that has gone out of bounds on the full. You certainly, if you want to attack, you've got to come to this grandstand or the coach's box side, don't you, Troy?
Absolutely. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss to the side that's going to allow you a better shot on goal. Miss to the near side. Blood rule is C2. Yeah. A bit of blood coming down from the forehead. I think that might have been when he slipped over at the outer side, might have slid into the knee of Matt Johnson. Not a lot in it, it's just an accidental knock there. He's not real happy as John Massey's trying to cover that one up.
Big cut too, boys.
Oh, he'll have some nice little tape work done on his head there, you'd think.
Replaced by Jaden Van Dyke. Tommy Long has a free kick hard up against his the behind post. Goes long to the outer side. Farrell works to the front. Good fist over the back from Hearn. Gets it to the front. That's B. Virgilio for the Lions. Kicks it around the body. It's going to go close to the... Oh, great mark. Jaden Van Dyke. Unfortunately, just outside the boundary line, and a Morwell free kick.
Goes to Jack Brown. Right foot kicks, a bit of a wobbly one. Working hard was Duncan up there at half forward. Second effort was good. Rosado handball back to Michaelides. To Suda with a handball. Then Wilson. His left foot kicks nice and neat. Found Johnson. Top of the 50 are the Tigers. No one's scored yet. We've gone 5 minutes. It's 1 point margin. Johnson just slows things up. Still has it. Lots of numbers back, so he goes short. Missed the target in Michaelides. Nutmeg straight through the legs. Working hard, Rosado. Hairball over the top, back to Michaelides. Straightens up, has a shot goal. Rob Michaelides to open the account. He's got it straight through in the end. The first goal goes to the Tigers. They're in front.
Well, we've seen both sides. As soon as it goes inside their forward 50, they set up really well. Moe had 2 repeat entries there in a row. Morwell's just done it then. They got it in there off the back of a kick in, and then it's just come back out. And it's given Morwell a chance to rebound again. They just set up really well behind the footy. It gives them a chance to get back in there, and Michaelides finished off really well.
And on the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard, it is Morwell 117 to Moe 2 behind, 6 minutes gone.
So ball back in the middle now. Up they go. Abbas tapped this one straight down to Suda. Yeah, good tap to handball to Britton, who is in the middle of the ground, boys. Britton's right foot kicked the half forward. Redditch beats it. Gave it to Ainsworth. Bit of heavy work off the play there. Kick goes down the line. Couldn't quite mark it. Was Farrell. Here he is. Pepper Pin. The first handball. Gave it to Britton. The run from half back from Hearn. Delivers nicely to Hutchison. Couldn't mark this one. Got one over the shoulder. Good spoil by Redditch. Hilliard, nice handball. Back to Hutchison. His kick goes towards Michaelides. 2-on-1. Michaelides wins out. Delivers inside 50 to Johnson with a beautiful pinpoint precision kick. And the smallest man on the field, Bannon Johnson, marks unopposed.
And interesting that his opponent that had started on him is John Massis, who's on the boundary line at the moment, receiving attention to the cut on the forehead. And it was Jaden Van Dyke, Jaden Van Dyke had to go back. Might have been Brock Smith. I'll get one of them. I'll get it.
Tigers lead by 5 points. Johnson comes in and works from right to left, and it goes through the middle. The Tigers have got 2 in a row. Bannon Johnson.
Where did that start from, Scott? That was Ainsworth in the middle. In the middle of the ground. It wasn't turnover though, but in the meantime, I don't mind that, boys. I don't mind him in the middle. He's got some pace, and he's starting in there again at the next set of rounds. But the quality's rising to the top there. All the Moe high-end talent are the ones, can I say Moe? The more high-end talent there, all involved in that chain of...
They'll do this, don't they? They always start well. They kick the first few against Moe.
Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard sees Morwell now 2-1-13 leading Moe 2 straight behind.
Well, if that rain is coming, the first quarter could be very important. Blazer in the middle, got it out to Sandbrook, hands backwards to Ainsworth, delivering forward kick to Mutke and his Tozo. Hogarth is there, he's got a big job this afternoon. 2-on-1 there for the Lions. Picked up there by Smith, handballs over the top. Wilson goes back, and a free kick. Didn't have the football, did Tommy Wilson, and Troy, you weren't happy with that. Wilson kicks it out wide, over the top. Richstein Jones couldn't quite mark it. So Ainsworth swooped on it for the Lions, chipped it over the top to Van Dyke. That's Scott Variety. He's too far out to score. They trail by 11 points at the moment as Van Dyke kicks it in towards Bristol direction, but Hearn and Jack Brown both fought for it, and in the end Hearn takes the mark.
Hearn looks inside the corridor, dangerous kick, but going to come up to Tom Wilson. Right in the corridor, defensive 50. He's going to go over the top in the corridor. Dangerous. That's dangerous. Redditch slips, able to get a fist on, comes to Biffin. Got to get it inside 50. Hearn works back. Coming in from the side is Carl Mutke. Gathering, and great tackle on Will Kennedy, sees the ball spill out, ends up with Anderson. Anderson goes wide to Giath. Giath on his half-back flank, looks down the line. Great lead-up target from, Jacobson. Wheels around, chips the ball over the top. Johnson works his man underneath the ball, goes back inside and gathers, handballs to a running Giath, gets to the 50, scrappy kick inside. Musil gets a hand on it, working back as Brock Smith puts some pressure on. Musil gets a handball over the top, looking for Hutchison, but seeing the ball over the line was John Massis. Is he back on the ground? Might have been Clay Butler.
It's getting dark, boys, over the grandstand area, getting real dark.
Well, they need to capitalise. Big moment in the game thanks to Monticello's. Ball comes back into play. Front square there, look to be Reynolds, putting on a strong tackle on Musil. And we'll have another ball up. Inside forward 50 for the Tigers. From this stoppage, Redditz will go up against Musil. Redditz tapped it down. Quick kick from Redditz. Goes outside his 50 now, but it's going away in that wind. Well, it doesn't look strong on this side of the ground. We are a little bit protected from the grandstand. And it went out of bounds on the full. They bring it back into play. Brown is looking well. Came in towards Britain. He's 50 metres out. Sold some candy. Runs to 40. Sold another. And another one. There's 3 candies. Hayden Britain misses to the near side. Stepping around blokes at will. And that's the excitement machine that he can be.
Boys, at the minute, we're at the 10-minute mark. Moores had 8 inside 50s to Moe's 4. Out of the 4 inside 50s for Moe, though, they've had 4 marks.
Biffin was a long kick out from full back. And a free kick. So the margin 11 points in favour of the Tigers. 12 points. Nathan Scarra just stitching me up here. He'll soon learn. Quick kick.
Farrell goes wide to Sambrook. He's got time to play on down the wing. It's going to go long. Rissole makes himself a target over the back, and it gets to him. Pepper Pig Jones, Winstead Jones can't get back in quickly enough, so Rissole goes inside the corridor, finds Harry Sim 55 metres out. Goes on the right boot with it, looks at a pinpoint pass, but Ryan Hurd reads it nicely and going over the mark. Good call, Scud. Jacob Wood.
There's only one step over it, but that's enough, isn't it, today's outcome?
Especially when he had already set himself on the mark. He took that step forward, and Ryan Hurd is rewarded a 50-metre penalty, takes him right into the centre here at Geraldine Showgrounds. Abbas comes up for a spell, being good early. Hearn goes wide to the half-forward flank. It's going to miss everybody and dribble over for a boundary throw-in on the half-forward flank here in favour of the Tigers.
Springer for Latrobe Volkswagen. Seriously, I need to know the breeze out there. How bad is it on that far side? Pushing, because we've seen a lot of out of bounds on the full and that kick just continued to go.
It seriously doesn't seem like it is, but once again, I'm protected, and the flags aren't giving that much out either. But you look over the top of the Tony Lane stand, and it does appear to be blowing a gale out there, bloods here.
Yeah, we still haven't seen any attacking on this near side. There's no breeze on this wing, and you'd think that this is where you want to get it.
Lane's just started too, boys.
Well, here it comes. Hillier with a quick kick, goes inside forward 50. Good work by Tyson Biffin to take a strong mark. Here there's a contested one as well. Now Biffin, will he look to switch? No, he doesn't. He had an option too, but he went the other way. Could be a play out towards Ainsworth. That range, you can hear it coming down a little bit. Louder now. Van Dyke out there, right foot kick down the line. Looking for Mudke. Hogarth in the front spot. Spoiled. Giat goes at it. But the boundary line beats them both. And we're going to boundary throw in on the far side.
All the supporters here starting to make their way to try and find some cover. We had a few of the crowd standing up at the fence. There's no one there. So cold and wet. Half-forward flank. Musil taps it forward. Sambrook gets a great tackle against him. I'll just try and pick up who that is. Michaelides being lively early. Comes inside the corridor. Dangerous. Cut off by Van Dyke. Got time to pick it up. Handballs to Webber. Webber at the half-forward flank goes long. One-on-one contest. And working his way back nicely into it was Weatherall. It looked like he had the key position there. Dugan read the carry just carried a little bit further maybe than what Weatherall had picked up. And Dugan can line up for his second shot on goal. And Bowie need this one. 13 minutes gone. 12-point margin, and need to get one on the scoreboard, and that's another inside 50 mark for 2 Scuds.
Yeah, they're up to 5 now, Makey.
As Dugan comes in and puts it straight through the middle. That's Dugan. Gets the first goal for the Lions this afternoon.
They're looking really dangerous, Bowie. When they get their run, they look really dangerous. That was, once again, it was just a poor turnover there from Michaelides coming back in board. He started really well, Michaelides. Just probably wasn't on. The old Pepper Pig was on in the middle, but just missed the target slightly. It was just a turnover, and it ended up being a one-on-one in there with Ash Dugan and Taylor Weatherall.
Harvey Norman Computers, Gippsland scoreboard sees Moe on the board now, 1-2-8. They're trailing by 6 points to Morwell's 2-2-14. 14 minutes gone in this first quarter.
Rob Michaelides had 7 touches so far for the Tigers. He certainly started well for the Sale Greyhounds this afternoon. Don't forget, it is Mother's Day. You can take your father out to the Grays Bistro. Take the whole family out there. $39 for a 2-course lunch and drink out there.
Farrell wins this run contest. Grinstead Jones at ground level gets a clearance, kicks out wide. Brown, who's just come on off the bench, gathers, half-forward flank, chips the ball forward. McDonald on a hard lead. That's a great mark in front of Tommy Long as well. McDonald goes, great chiseling pass and finds Hutchinson on a nice lead. marking in front, and will line up for goal. About a 30-degree angle. That was in front of Tom Fleming for the Lions. 30-degree angle.
Gee, I didn't realise that Pepper Pig's contested work in the middle of the ground was very strong. He won that one, got it out wide. As then a couple of really nice chiselling kicks from McDonald and Brown. So Hutchison looks to get his first. We'll soon know by the Cobras whether it's one or two. Hutchison slide angle starts into the left. Does it hold its line? It does.
Oh, there it is.
It's only a one though,
There's the single Cobra there, boys. The single Cobra. And that was a beautiful pass. Jack Brown just come off the bench. Close to fortune, I think. He would have been going back, but he... it was a quick kick there from the Pepper Pig out. Jack Brown just off the bench. Ball hit up a couple of times and resulted in Hutchison. He's got really strong jukes. If he can lead up at the footy, that's where he's most efficient for Morwell. That's 10 inside 50s now for Morwell to 6 for Moe. But Moe, once again, 6 inside 50s, 6 marks.
And for Harvey Norman Computers, Gippsland scoreboard sees Morwell 3-2-20 leading Moe 1-2-8, and we've just ticked over 16 minutes into this first quarter.
So boys, obviously Moe's very efficient going forward. As Scuzz just mentioned, the inside 50s and Mark's inside 50s are spot on. The Tigers' defence just need to tighten up a little bit, Troy.
Yeah, and conversely, Moe need to start to hurt him on the scoreboard and make use of that dominance of Mark's inside 50.
So up they go, Musil and Morrow. I'm going to give that one to Musil. Coming off the line there was Smith. Lost the football. Hillier swooped on it, handballed over the top. Working hard there was Pelutro and Gia. They dive in on top of it's Ainsworth, free kick. The advantage was played to Wood. He kicked it out towards Butler. Butler's kick comes in towards the Sandbrook. He's centimetre perfect. Oh, he played on though, Sandbrook. He was strong enough to get the handball away to Blazer. A little kick, only went 2 metres. Gia swooped on it. Now Suda comes in, gathers it, shrugs a tackle, gives it back to Gia, who ran on nicely. Michaelides' right foot kick is to the advantage of McDonald. Up they go, good spoil by Tommy Long. Now he takes off, does Long. Close to the boundary line, he'll be happy to see it go over. Wait for his troops to arrive, and these black storm clouds are rolling in. Brad Thomas.
Yeah, I'm going to change my mind. I want to do stats now.
You're welcome to come up, mate. You're all over the place.
Stay there now. Come on. Moves over the back, Campbell taps it down nice to the grid, says Jones, kick inside 50, and a nice defensive mark to Tommy Long. Reads it nicely, switches the play out to Sandbrook. He's got 15 metres, but Hillier's going to close that down pretty quick, and does. So Sandbrook goes off the ground. Zach Anderson works back for the Tigers and goes close to the boundary, keeps it inside. 1-2 handball with Hutchison. Sees Zach Anderson under a bit of pressure from Luke Webber. Looks to be on the outer wing there as the rain starts to team down. 17 3/4 minutes gone, 12-point margin in favour of the Tigers. Boundary throw in, half-court flank for the Lions.
Up they go, Bass front spot was Morrow. The throw was a little bit short, allowed Morrow to go in, and well, that's what happens. Put your body on the line. Morrow's won himself a free kick, or is it Stanlake? Sandbrook, not Stanlake. He's not playing this afternoon, old Swan. The kick goes towards half forward. Good work by Webber. Anderson goes in. Butler put a strong tackle on from the Lions. And we're going to ball it up.
Very similar start to the last time these two teams met last week. So we saw ball come out of the blocks. Moe found something late in the first quarter. But this is a different occasion, elimination final football.
Anderson from the stoppage, kick goes high. Going back to the flat was Wood, who got called to play on because it didn't go 15. Unlucky there.
It only went 25.
Yeah. Now there's a free kick against Moe. So, Troy, you sound like you're married. You just got as Pelutro won the free kick at half-back flank. Happy to do that if you like, Troy. We can go head-to-head all afternoon. Kick goes down the line. Bifford, good work. Gave it across to Farrell. The run on good. 1-2. Bifford solves up. Has a bounce. The arrogance in the wet weather. Drives it inside forward 50. Tigers, it's 3-on-1. And a free kick to the Lions. Can you believe it? It was 3.
He gave up, Dugan.
He did give up. It was 3-on-1, and that was not that he gave up. He was way out of position. That was the point, wasn't it?
No, he gave up because he couldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying he gave up.
No, I know you meant. But wow, Eddie, that was a free kick.
Free kick, that's what I'm saying. No, I didn't believe that was a free kick.
There was 2 Tigers on their own. I wasn't looking at the Moe player. I didn't see it, Troy. It's Dugan on a slight angle. This could be the one they want. The spark, the big moment in the game. He hits the post. And it's another minor score for the Lions. 19.5 minutes gone.
We spoke to Taddison before the game about Tyson Bifford's run off half back. That's an example of it, isn't it? He's not strong, tight, that's going to, the people generally think in where the footy's going to be dominant. His run is going to be very vital for Moe winning this game.
Well, the Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard says 11-point margin, great pressure inside 50. Harry Sim, luckily, his umpire called out of bounds because his snapshot went out of bounds on a full. And the result being a boundary throw.
I tell you what, if there's one place you want to be today, it's at Butch Bar, the old red caboose. Have a look at it. It is, they are packed in like sardines. They're not too far away from a couple of cans on a Sunday afternoon. It is Father's Day. Of course, they drink responsibly out there, but that would be a great spot. Down there watching some football. It doesn't get any bigger than this. Moe and Morwell elimination final, first quarter, 20 minutes gone from this stoppage. The Tigers win it sooner. Handballs to Rosado, kicks out towards space. It's all Darnell Greg out here, who juggles 3 or 4 times, made the mark. Then he played off quickly to Woodkey, who takes a chest mark as he got up, and he's looking for a 50-metre penalty. They said no, the umpire. This will be a tight angle right in front of that red caboose here at Trowwood Showgrounds.
Got a really good view of this one. We're right behind Carl Woodkey, and we'll see what effect the wind will have on this kick.
Tough kick.
If the wind is, as we've seen, he'll need to aim this one just to the left side of the left goal post, I think. Still need to kick through the ball and just let the wind bring it back nicely as he makes his way just inside the 50. Puts the ball on the boot. He hangs it out to the left, but it's way left and goes out of bounds on the full 5 metres left of the behind post.
Amateur out here on the stats, boys. I put Woodkey down as if he's going to kick a goal or a point. Out on the floor. I think I might have done the old process. Bring it.
So the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard, the margin is 11 points at the moment. It is Moe 139 and the Tigers are 3-2-20. We've come to 21 minutes into this first quarter.
Suda goes across goal to Weatherall, falls short, pressure on, and a down the ground free kick as Hillier takes the mark. It was against
Van
Dyke. Free kick to Hillier, goes out wide, again the kick falls short. But out there is Britton, he's got enough time to gather. His kick inside is under pressure. Masseese. Is that Masseese?
Blazer. Mark too.
Takes a nice mark on the second grab. On the just his attacking side of the wing. And waiting for something to unfold. You know he'll generally use the ball efficiently. Gets called to play on. Hurry kick forward. Farrell works back. A Bass over the back. Gets a fist on it. Comes to Grinstead Jones. Switches a play to the halfback flank. Putting good pressure on was Butler. Falls to Ainsworth. Handballs over the top to Sim. To Van Dyke. Swings in a tackle. Handballs back to Butler to the top of the square. Bass sets himself. Comes to ground. Down to ground level. Doesn't handballs out wide to Anderson. Anderson over the top, ends up with Wilson. Wilson's got time to run and carry. He puts the ball on the deck as well. Handles out wide to Britton. Ducks inside, chips the ball over the top. This time he hits a target in Johnson, who hits up nicely. Defensive side of the outer wing.
Johnson's done this a couple of times. He just slows it up now. He kicks it high down the line, looking for Hutchison. Front spot, good spoil over the back from Fleming. And they get it towards the boundary, and for another boundary throw. Well, I wouldn't mind seeing the lights come onto the ground out there.
Springer, say the same thing, mate. It's getting pretty dark down here on ground level.
We had it good authority from Damien Barrett, or otherwise known as Rick Galea this afternoon.
So he's got it wrong there.
He said that both clubs have signed off on the lights coming on. We'll turn them on, boys, because now's the time. Driving rain. Sunday afternoon football, 23 minutes gone. The margin is 11 points in favour of the Tigers.
Blazer got the clearance there, hand pass to Butler, but his kick went out of bounds for a boundary throwing. Progressing about 40 metres in favour of the Lions. Inside their attacking half, outer wing. No clear tap down, ends up with Jacob Wood. Handballs over the top to Blazer. Abbas works him under the ball, and we'll have a boundary thrown in the half-forward flank.
There is one person that can flick the switch on here at the Trowwood Showgrounds, and I'm looking right at him right now. Mr. Heathcote, put him on.
24 minutes gone in his first quarter. Abbas gets a tap down to Suda. His handball misses the target, sliding in. And
he's given it.
Yeah,
That's it.
sliding in was Hillier, giving away the free kick. It looks to be Weber. Weber goes long to just inside 50. Van Dyke. Hutchison works back. Van Dyke gets it at the second attempt. Hurry kick forward. Going to bounce in the square. And it's going to bounce through for a goal. That's an opportunist goal there from Jaden Van Dyke. Gathering the ball at the second attempt. Just chucks it on the boot, no one in the goal square, and bounces through.
Yeah, it was, and I like though he set up, and they did roll up that little bit up to the contest. So probably only 30 metres away from the contest, which allows that. We've had a really good last probably 5 minutes. They haven't allowed more any inside 50s for a while, and that's just the result. They've just ground out another goal there, Moe.
Down at ground level, Brad Springer Thomas. What are you noticing at ground level? Looks fairly contested footy up here.
Yeah, absolutely contested, mate. The ground's starting to chop up as well from the twos game as well. So it's obviously with the rain as well. It's going to get very, very slippery, boys, as the day progresses.
This is where the tunnel rats come into it. That man Jacob Wood wins it from the stoppage. Handball back to Blazer. It was to Rissol, but his kick lands in the hands of Ryan Hearn, and he's having some sort of game this afternoon for the Tigers. He's been in very good form across half-back. He kicks it just the regulation 15 to Anderson, who comes in board. The Tigers look to do that. Michael Reedy's just come on the suit.
Raymond for it down here too.
Can't quite get it. GF goes over to Rosado, who marks. Michael Reedy still calls for it in the middle of the ground. Rosado handballs out the back to Suda, kicks it down the wing. Oh, Jacob Wood, 3 foot nothing, and he got up 6 foot high.
He could switch. Goes wide. No, that's a scrappy kick. Tom Wilson's going to cut this off. He's got a man's head on by Van Dyke. Wilson knocks it forward. He'll get a free kick. Hilliard's going to take advantage.
Lucky in the end, he got kicked.
I don't mind that from the umpire.
Yeah, that was good from the umpire
I
there.
don't think he meant that.
Yeah.
Tom Wilson gets a free kick on the wing, chips over. Tom's got to get cut off by James Blazer. He's been solid this quarter as well. He's got time to play on. Gets dropped behind against Suda. And it's going to go to
Brock Smith went to him as well. Their 16-year-old doesn't mind having a crack at the coach.
Carl Mutke, the recipient of the free kick, will line up for goal. He'll kick from just inside 50. Hamills to Rissol, 50 metres.
Umpire said, hang on a second, because I'm in control.
Why can't he run past for a handball?
I'm in control, he said. I'm going to call time on Troy and just slow things up for me. That's what he said. He said, you're having a shot, you've got to line up.
Did he pay time off?
I think he did. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Give him the benefit of the doubt. The football's gone 15 rows back. We've got a bit of time. Looks like the rain has settled down there. Springer, Philatrope, Volkswagen.
It's definitely still coming down. It's just a lot lighter, mate. Yeah.
Thanks, fine up here in the commentary box.
Excellent.
We'll certainly be looked after. Don't worry, we're at Traralgon this afternoon. Great to have your company on TRFM right across Gippsland down the valley.
Oh, it's got
27 minutes into the first quarter. 5-point margin in favour of the Tigers. But Carl Woodkey has a shot for goal from 48 on its way to Waddler. And I think it's online. Is it snuck in? No. A minor score. So the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland score, the best price and the best range guaranteed.
Yeah, they're definitely having a really good patch here, Moe. We've seen this in both games that Moe and Moore have played this year. Moe have jumped them at the start, given them got a little bit of a hand in lead, but Moe's pegged it back. They've had the last 5 inside 50s. Moe haven't had an inside 50 for, I would say, probably 7 or 8 minutes now.
Poor young fella behind the goals there. Just went to kick it out to Riley Hogarth. Missed it by getting it over the fence, so he's jumped in the back of the car and just left the ball. Great contest out the half-back flank from Hearn. Can't bring this one down. Scrappy affair in the contest there, and the umpire will call for a ball up. Just right on the 50-metre line.
A couple of the question marks before the game. Haven't noticed at all. Jack Brown's leg seems to be fine. Harry Sims moving okay with his knee. And of course Sandbrook and his ribs. So they all seem to be okay at the moment, boys.
Michael Edis gets a clearing hand pass, a kick forward from the Tigers. Hilliard can't gather. Malutro does. Swings around in the tackle, but his handball is cut off by Greg. Follows up with a fierce tackle though. Hilliard gathers. Pressure on again. Oh, fierce tackle. That was Fleming, was it, out in the outer wing? Or Tommy Longer was. Nonetheless, it's more gathered at ground level. Gia can't mark this attempt. Handball along the ground.
Got 2 nutmegs in the first quarter.
Vinnie Morrow sockers it off the ground. Suda there, spins out in a tackle, and
holding the ball. Didn't have real possession anyway.
Not really. Sandbrook the recipient, and he'll set up handballs around the back to Biffin. You like the ball in his hand. He generally uses it pretty well. Got nothing up the field. Lets it go long to the wing. Seeing himself was Jack Brown. Nothing wrong with his knee there. Kick forward from the lines. Hurried kick. Misses everyone. Hogarth has to go back and gather. Greg putting pressure on Zach Anderson. Slips at a critical moment, and we'll see the ball go out for a boundary throw and half-ball flank for the Lions.
Tough conditions on a Sunday afternoon. The breeze is blowing across towards the Rosedale side of the ground. Not really favouring anyone, and it's picked up very strong on this near side as well.
Definitely favouring Loy Yang and
Rightio, covering goal.
Sorry,
Mitch. Oh, the breeze is certainly
what's coming on to, boys?
Here it is, Mr. Heath. Let's turn the alarm that I gave you earlier. It's about time.
I think the Leah first bit of mail has told us the truth.
The sun will come out in the next 5 minutes from the stoppage. Kicked inside 50. Working hard back there was Weber. Gave a handball backwards to Reynolds under pressure. Good tackling from the Tigers.
Held on too long in the tackle.
Didn't have the football, so it goes to, is that Reynolds? Yep. He's probably too far out to score. He's about 60 metres at the moment, is Reynolds. He'll thump his right foot, goes high. Good luck marking that one. Farrell's going to fly. Big spoiler from her. Musa was a rover. Kicks it. Blood just didn't quite look. Morrow dropped it right on the quarter time siren. It didn't matter. And an entertaining first quarter. Pretty tough one for both sides. It's the Tigers low by 4 points. 3-2-20. Just as they have done over the course of the season. They've led at quarter time. But we all know second, third quarters are all inbound there. They've done very well, the young fellas.
Fantastic for the Lions. It's Blazer with 8, Wood 7, Biffin and Sandbrook 6 and Rissol 2.
So, second quarter is underway. Mass knocked it down, but Rissol tried to pick it off. Dunked it off the half-back flank. Caused a stoppage, but picking up was Blazer. Right foot kick delivery towards Dugan. In the front slot is Dugan. Couldn't quite gather it. Kicks it along the ground to himself. Slides across the boundary line, 45 metres around from goal. And we have a boundary throw in.
Double rainbow.
Caused by the lights.
Thanks, Jack, Dunn. They are very good. Look, the sun's coming out. Look at these lights on. What would this thing know? Inside 50. Michael Eddy from the stoppage. Handball to Rosado, who handballed to Suda, then kick to Johnson. Centre half back there for the Tigers.
Went up really well, hadn't he, Johnston?
Yeah, it's been good. Kicks it to the far side. Out wide was the defender in Ryan Hearn. It bounces. He lumbers after it. DiVigilio chases, but Hearn gathers. Kicks around his body to Hillier. Doesn't quite go marking on the chest there. Picks it up, got tackled from behind, and was called holding the ball. Advantage was played, the Lions. Blazer steps around and Mass, who just got a hand in. And he's had his head ripped off. And there's a free kick and a dust up in the middle of the ground. As I'm going to reverse this one. You've got to stick up for your mates. That's not reversible. There's Blazer now driving inside 50 to Woodkey. Puts a hand up, can't mark. Over the back there is Hogarth, picks it up. Now he gets it. Behind was Dugan, who put a tackle on. This is Sim. Grabs it, steps around, right foot shot. He is going to the skinny side. No one can mark it, and it goes out of bounds with a boundary throw, and it hit the behind post. So we're going to boundary throw, and inside forward 50. We've travelled 1.5 minutes in this first quarter. Margin still 4 points.
Some stats for the first quarter for the Tigers is Michael Eady's 9, Suter and Wilson 6, Rosado 5 and Hillier 4.
Boundary throw, front spot was Farrell. Slippery ball went straight through his hands. DiVigilio couldn't grab it on 2 occasions. Hearn has been very good for the Sale Greyhounds, and he's put on a strong tackle. It was called holding the ball.
Yeah, deemed to have made no attempt to get the ball out. Did DiVigilio, and Ryan Hearn has been really good in the first quarter. He's going to resume that in the second.
Nathan Scarra, if you can get to some of those stats for us in the first quarter.
Pretty even, Scud. Inside 50s, pretty even, 12-14. As we have a free kick at half forward for Moe.
Goes to Dugan.
Dugan is probably right on his range, has a bit of the breeze behind him, so he might look to use that to his advantage, but it is a wet, slippery ball, so get the smalls in the square to get at the feet of Dylan Farrell, who might create a contest. Dugan's going to back himself. He's kicking from about 53, puts the ball in, looks good from Farrell sets himself. But did it go through for a goal or did it bounce for a behind?
What about if he didn't touch the football, is there a free kick against the high-flying Farrell? It doesn't matter.
Behind is the result, and gets it to a 3-point margin.
Yeah, no, pretty even, boys, across the board. 12 inside 50s to Moe, 14 to Morwell. Clearances 7-9, Morwell's way. Free kicks 8-5, Moe's way. Marks pretty even. The inside 50 marks 7-4, Moe's way.
Just waiting on the ball to come back in from Riley Hogarth. Comes to the near side, which will favour the line, but Anderson was front square. Handball to Michael Eady's. He handballed to Brown. He gets it further out wide to Wilson. Help comes with Jacobson. Spins around, got dumped after his kick. And good pressure right on the kicks. Rissol handballs across. Now Wood takes on the tackler. Gets a handball away to Rissol. Hard up on the boundary line. Kicks to the hot spot. Where are the fives? Over the back. Woodkey spoils in the end. Good discipline play by the Lions.
Good work by Ryan Hurd to work back as well to create a contest and get the ball through for another behind.
Just a quick around the grounds check. Thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland scores. Julian Patterson for the power takes the strong mark, kicks the goal, and they lead by 16 points early into that second quarter.
Carpet Country scoreboard sees margin reduced to 2 points. It's Smelly 2-6-18, Morwell 3-2-20.
Hearn was a target as a kick out, couldn't mark on 2 occasions. Michaelides kicked it off the ground towards the boundary line and goes in front of the deck, and Tommy Wilson and Jacob Wood just tangled, all in fair play. Right in front of the deck this afternoon, another popular place here at the Traralgon Showgrounds on an indifferent type of Sunday afternoon with rain, snow, sleet, hail, now sunshine.
The Bats gets a clearing handball. Jacobson works up from the half-court flank. Get clean position. Dugan handles over the top. Van Dyke somehow keeps it in. Gets it to the top of the 50. Hilliard gets a nasty half volley. Leaves it for Di Virgilio to Ainsworth. Gets his hand on. And the umpire right near the play didn't deem that to be true. The umpire 35 metres away called that one.
Great Springer Thomas thought it was a good tackle.
Top of the 50, Ainsworth puts it to the top of the square. Farrell gets to the front, gets slipped through his hands, socket off the ground by Brown. Play on, says the umpire, comes to Tommy Long. Tommy Wilson lays a strong tackle. I don't know why that wasn't dropping the ball. The result being Jacobson relieving kick, chips the ball over the top to Wilson, handles inside to Duncan. Little dinky kick finds Hillier. Plays on quickly, one-on-one. Setting himself as Hutchinson, coming from the side is Fleming. Gets a fist on it. That's a throw. Not says the umpire. Ends up with Fleming. Wheels around on his left and relieves the pressure for the Lions to Ainsworth. Handles inside the Biffin.
Biffin now gets it on his half-back flank. He stops, comes back inboard. Dangerous kick looking for Morrow. Hillier though picks it off. Gathers it. Doesn't go and argue on there. Now kicks inside 50. Good work by Mercedes. Just grabbed it. Blazed away, however. Out there was Tommy Fleming. He gets it. Left foot kick down the line to Ainsworth. They're on the wing. Plays on. Marshall tackles. Play on, said the umpire. Biffin comes strong. So does Rosado. Biffin goes again. Football out dispute. Suter comes in. The Tigers are there. Great work by Sim, who stood up in that one. And a free kick going against Sim. It has to be Sim's free kick, who is still down.
Pointed the wrong way.
Yeah, it has to be Sim's free kick. He kept his feet, and that was right on that knee of his.
That certainly test him out. He's up and about.
Kicks it towards half forward, over the top of the leading forwards, but Blazer was front square, no possession though. A little handball back out. Lions are there. Woodkey kicks back with Webber, says play on. Right foot kick inside 50, goes over the top. Van Dyke was there. Good work by Hearn and Wetherill, although picked off again by Hearn. Handballs, play on, said the umpire. It's Franzi gets tugged out there, as you'd expect. Two rivals, quick kick. Duncan just gets it and just kicks it outside 50, but it's going to come back. Rissol puts it inside, misses the target.
Take a breath, Scott.
Free kick.
What a side though, there's just the pressure is red hot from both sides. Players are missing targets, it's a bit scrappy, it's a bit slippery. But the result now, as we can take a breath, is Mutke has a free kick, kicks it inside top of the square, strong lead, uncontested mark.
The Tigers are still standing there.
Inside 50, and James Di Virgilio will mark and line up the goal. Yeah, you're right, we're just looking around who was on him and how can that happen.
There was 4 or 5 Tigers around him, but they all just stood still as if time had frozen.
Handle was in the corridor. It wasn't like he was guarding that space.
Di Virgilio lines up the goal as a result. Slight angle, 30 metres out. Makes his way in, puts the ball on the boot, loves it up the boot, goes through for a goal. And that is a lead change in the favour of the Lions. 4-point margin now, just gone 8 minutes in this second quarter.
Yeah, and what it's come about from is Moe's pressure up the ground. They just keep getting repeat entries after repeat entries. That's 8 now, inside 50s in the first 10 minutes. Is it 10 minutes? It's roughly about that, 8 minutes. So it just shows they're just repeat entries. They're setting up really well outside 50. As soon as Morwell get the ball out, because they're under so much pressure, they're just rushing their kicks. They're just bombing away, and then Moe's putting it straight back in. But just poor defending, especially in the corridor there from Morwell. If you're going to guard space, it's inside, you allow the outside. But yeah, not the best defending there from Morwell.
Carpet Country scoreboard, find them at the Traralgon Superstore, Lakes Entrance Sale and Hayfield sees Moe hit the front. 3-6-24 to Morwell, 3-2-20.
Springer.
Yes, mate.
Sun shining, looking nice out there, sunshine.
Certainly is, mate. I just had a couple of questions from the boys sitting next to me. What's the free kick count at the moment?
We'll get to that in a moment. Through the middle comes Ainsworth. Delivery inside 50. Just at the toes there of the leading target in Weber. Good work by Hearn. Handballs to Brown. Brown's kick to the wing. Looking for a Bass. The two ruckmen. A Bass can't mark. Farrell does well. The Bass was equally up to the task. Ends over. Picks up. Good tackle. Top in the ball.
The pressure's red hot, boys.
Hey Butler. Advantage was paid. Blazer kicks to an all open forward line. And marking that down there was Jaden Van Dyke. 40 metres out. Slight angle. And a great pressure tackle by Clay Butler. The advantage was paid. Good work by the Lions. Back to those question with the free kicks.
7-12 Moe's way, boys.
There you go, and fast tonight.
Van Dyke makes his way to the 50, puts the ball on the boot. Looks pretty good. The wind brings it back and stepping it through nicely. Trying to get 2 in a row in the second quarter and break it out to a 10-point lead.
Yeah, and these games are identical. The first time we see Moe jump them, Moe come back in the second quarter. Last week we've seen the exact same thing. But Moe need to just protect that hotspot out, the centre of their forward 50, because at the minute they're leaving it wide open. They're allowing Moe to have easy shots at goal, set shots. They're not picking up their man in their back 50 at the minute ball.
On the Carpet Country scoreboard sees Moe 4-6-30, lead ball 3-2-20.
No one won the real clearance. Wilson came in, grabbed it, handballed his direction going forward. Coming up to the line though was Maceese. And we have a stoppage.
Need to put the clamps on, don't they, boys?
Yeah, they do. It's got the last two games written all over it, as Nathan Scarra just mentioned. Do you look at chucking one back, perhaps? Maybe this side winger. Who knows? We'll leave that to the coaches. Back in the middle, the Bass has to work hard. Off the line was Duncan. Quick kick forward, looking for Jacobson. Front slot, good mark. Does well. Handballs across. They said they didn't have the football.
It was going to be a throw.
I actually thought it was going to be a throw as well. He looked to control it.
I just saw the umpire then signal that he did get a handball.
Well, there you go. So Jacobson has it. He's too far out to score. McDonald presents first and then stops, clogs up some area. Michael Eddie's on a really good lead. That's now goes to him and just misses him. Over the top it goes. Ainsworth is there for the Lions. Gets it outside the 50. Good work by our shepherd by Van Dyke. Allowed Dugan to mark it. Kick it towards half forward. Hearn had the sun in his eyes. Can you believe that? He couldn't mark it, but he got the football game backwards to Anderson. Great pressure by Weber. Gave it to Dugan. He takes on the tackle on one bounce on the boundary line. Looking to steer it. And does it. 420 goals today. 420 year beauty. He looked inside, said no one there. I'm going to do the check side from the boundary line. Ash Dugan.
Boys, Dugan got the first possession there on the back flank then, and then just kept running. That is fantastic goal by Dukes there.
Yeah, they're the ones that are the hardest to kick too. He obviously had probably a 70 or 80 metre run all the way up. He ended up kicking it right in their forward pocket, probably 20 metres out. Boys, that's 11 inside 50s to 3 to Morwell. That's not about the free kicks. It's about the pressure around the ball. They're just getting it in there more at the minute. That's where it's coming from, not from free kicks.
That could be our 4-20 goal of the day. You Beauty 4-20, and on the Carpet Country scoreboard we see Moe kick away 5-6-36, leading all 3-2-20.
Back in the middle, again a Bass will go at it. This time Farrell tapped it down. Christine Jones was there. Brins into the middle as well. The other set got tackled by Wood quickly and then dumped to the ground. And the member of the Tullarat Club put on absolute wash like that.
Really up the ante in the pressure stakes have the Moe line. And when you look at that, what's Moe can have?
And when you look at that there was 5 Moe players around it, there was 1 Morwell player.
Again, Farrell tapped it out off the line, up to Virgilio. Wood was there. Handballs underground to Butler. Quick kick inside 50. They go up again. Good mark Weber. Anderson. Handballs out the back to Brown. He can kick it to the wing, but he missed the target in Gian. Coming to help their lines of Biffin. Just professionally done. Didn't have the football, did Tyson Biffin. He wants Weber to go in forward. He's still looking at Weber. And he's going to go in that direction, sort of. Ryan Hearn down the ball. Looking. Ryan Harley's ground. As strong under that Ryan Hearn. And he's had a very good afternoon for the Sale Greyhounds.
He's been rock solid, been one of their best in this game so far. Switches a play up to the opposite pocket, finds Brown. Brown deep in his defensive 50, chips one over the top to Weatherall. He marks on the chest, plays on, pressure. He's got a play out wide though, looks to be Richard Jones. Tipped over the top of his halfback flank to Anderson. Anderson plays on, they move this ball really well. Oh, Peter Ainsworth gets a fist. He gives away a free kick.
I think he's pointing the wrong way.
Oh.
Again, that was a free kick from Peter Ainsworth.
What was that for, though?
Tunnelling, yeah. Just a block.
Ainsworth goes long to his half-forward flank. Van Dyke, go over the top as Weatherall beats. Goes over the back. Van Dyke's got to suck this off the ground from 50. Heads towards goal. And bounces through. Would you believe it? He has kicked a perfect drop punt off the ground from 50 metres out and slides through for Moe's fourth of this quarter.
That's actually been Durham's goal of the day.
The last two goals are as good as 2 goals as you've seen for the whole year, really. That one was kicked off the ground from outside 50, and it just tumbled through. I'm loving all Moe's setup in their forward half. They're all playing a little bit higher. They're allowing the ball to skid on in these wet conditions, and that was just another example of it. If they didn't get that goal then and it landed out, that guy's running onto the footy. They're just outnumbering more in every contest.
Danger signs, it's a big moment of the game. The Tigers need a response. 4 in a row there for the Lions. They go again. Sandbrook wins it. Handles out wide to Butler. Good tackle from behind. Holding the ball goes to Tommy Wilson. On the Carlton Country scoreboard this afternoon.
Moe 6-6-42, 22-point leaders so far against Morwell, 3-2-20. Just ticked over 15 minutes gone.
Do you want a glaring stat, boys, for this quarter? 17 inside 50s to Moe, 3 to Morwell.
Wow.
Huge.
That is a massive stat.
And they're just losing it through that middle part of the ground. They are dominating the Moe midfield at the moment. As we've got another boundary throw in, and the umpire said, let's do this one again, because you threw it 15 metres in advance. So Moe's attacking forward half.
It is in the boundary umpire's defence. He's thrown the ball against the breeze with a wet footy. So
Fair enough.
give him a second chance.
Comes in, 15. This one's spot on. In the front spot there, Farrell hits it over the back though, looking for the run. Hillier was the one hitting it at pace. After a little scoop up to Hillier, and that was a throw. And it's going in the way of the Lions as
Hillier was dumped after that free kick was given. He looks to be holding a hand or a shoulder.
he'll be tough.
Keep an eye on that one. Reynolds has a free kick, gets called to play on. Goes long and wide to the outer wing, hitting it back. Is Carl Mutke. Don't get in his way. Gathers at the second attempt. Chips one over the top. Handball inside, finds Wood. Wood chisels that pass ball to half-wide flank to Blazer. Plays on, ducks inside, goes to the corridor, falls at the feet of Butler. Gathers, runs to 30, pressure on, puts the ball on the back, and it comes through fast into the corner. Moe picked away, and they have just piled on the silk in this second term.
Yeah, they definitely have. That's a 28-point lead now to Moe. Once again, Morwell started well. It's just been since probably the last 15 minutes in the first quarter, and the current what are we up to? 16. The last 30 minutes has just been all Moe. We've seen when they get on top, they can score so quickly. They haven't kicked many points. They're just in this quarter, they're just kicking goal after goal from anywhere, and they're just so far on top here.
Unbelievable. Back in the middle again. The Tigers must find something or their season will be done and dusted. Gridstein Jones, left foot kick to half forward. Up towards Hutchison. Reggins in the front spot. Handles out. Michaelides was there. He's been quiet in the second half. Crashing into the line. The pressure is immense. Suter handles over the top. Calutro handballs further. That hidden man there is Hillier. Slipped over. Couldn't get him. And he's been given a free kick. He got pushed. So the Tigers need to respond. They need to find something. As it's been all the Lions. They have kicked 5 goals in a row this quarter. 5 goals too. The Tigers have not scored, have not looked likely.
Kicked the last 6 goals too. Kicked the last of the first quarter.
So Hillier will kick from about 48 metres. He gets it to the top of the square. They're looking for the fly. Back there. Hearn is now forward. No one can make that off the ground by a bass.
That would have rivaled the first two, the last 2 goals of the day calls.
And the minor score, the Carlton Country scoreboard. Sees Moe 7-6-48. The Tigers are 3-3-21. That's a 27-point margin in favour of the Lions, and we've only got 18 minutes into the second quarter.
Come on, boys, come on.
Big moments thanks to Monticello's Jim Boom and Cola Can Q, just $70. And it is Moe who kicked 5 goals in this second term, blown this game wide open. As Tommy Long goes with a drop punt, looking for his coach James Blazer, and giving away the free kick is Pepper Pig.
I'll tell you what, the free kick count at the moment is ridiculous. The amount that they're paying, that one was certainly there, but
It was wide to Butler. Butler plays on quickly to half-forward flank. goes over the top of Woodkin. Getting back there is Riley Hogarth with a tackle on. And right on cue there, Scott. Another free kick. Red hot on the whistle are the umpires today. Woodkin goes inside the corridor. It's going to go over the top of all heads and find Rosado on the opposite team. And they can take a break. The Tigers, a little bit of a breather. 19 minutes gone in this second term. Rosado finds Suda. It's been a bit quiet this quarter. Just quickly, Blake, how many is it? That's his second touch for this quarter in Suda.
Kick goes out wide. Finds Hillier, who marks on the wing.
Very slowly moving forward, aren't they, Morwell?
Well, they need to do something because Moe have been dominant this quarter. They kick it high down towards the Bass. Couldn't quite mark. Good hand over the back. Maceese gave it to Greg. He handles over the top to Sid. Get it out wide. No, he sold some candy to Midford. Goes to Sambrook. Quick tackle. That should be holding the ball. It is. Good tackle by Hillier on the far side. As Hillier chips a kick over the top. Suda's going to have to flag it, shipping it out of that one, and he does have the free.
He's got Moe.
He's pointed the wrong. He called the Shepherd.
He called the
Shepherd and then gave the free kick back to Tommy Long. There's a long mark and kicked it out wide to Biff, and they're looking for just to slow things down as well. 19 minutes gone. The margin 27 points in favour of Moe. Long comes backwards inside his defensive 50 to Greg. Comes further afield. Finds Fleming. He's got plenty of space, has Fleming. He kicks it to the wing. Has to find his target. And in that, Brock Smith just dropped the mark he should have taken. Took on Jack Brown. Tackles him. He gives it up. Malutro's there. Coming in was Blazer. Good strong work. Ground level. Malutro does well. So does Blazer. Football squeezes out the back. No one can get it. Strong work. Jacobson. Fleming goes hard again. Jacobson tries to get rid of a handball. Malutro goes. And a free kick. Got no idea what for.
I'm off the page, boys, with the free kicks for Moe.
It's a throw. Tell you what, Tommy Fleming doesn't hold back, boys.
He's that controlled aggression I told you started the game.
Well, there's a free kick. There's another free kick, and you're off the page there, Scott. 19 to 11 at the moment. 10 to 11 down the line. For the time moment. And boundary umpire a little bit too far away.
It's 11 free kicks for Moe in this quarter, but I think they've been a reason to play one might change this one, boys.
This is the issue with two men throw it in. We're going to throw it in. The two boundary umpires just separate themselves and miss the actual hotspot. Boundary throw in. Morrow and Bishop. Morrow tapped it down. Ainsworth was there. Couldn't get it. Anderson grabs it. Just slaps it on his boot to half forward. The green pick down there. Couldn't mark it. A good handball from Maceese. Allows Biffin to run. Deliver to half forward. Van Dyke 2 parts at it. Strong hands. Right in the middle of the ground. Plays on. Right foot kick goes high. Dugan's going to fly over the back. There's a big pack of players. Blazer was there. Gathers it. Got tackled. Handball away to Rissoles. Top of the square. Just fumbled it. Duncan was there. Gave it to Suda. Back there was Anderson, squeezed the handball out. Rosado overran it. Now he stands up in the tackle. Don't argue what Rissoles was strong. Wood though. Rick comes in to cause it. Going to get fumbled. Sandberg backwards to Butler. Left foot kick. It's the target. And Kennedy marks for the Tigers.
Kennedy again, pressure from both sides with red hot in that last 30 seconds. Kennedy chips it over the top. Warren comes in, puts a spoil on, gets it over the second attempt, chucks on the boot of the barrel from 30, and it falls short. Hearn has been rock solid for the Tigers. Cuts it off, goes to Anderson. Anderson, that's a scrappy kick inside the corridor. Giat equal to the task though. 1-2 handball with Kennedy. Handball out wide to Hillier. He's been good this quarter. Kennedy's fired up. Tommy Long comes on his opponent, puts a spoil on. Bifford swings around on the right. He chips the ball forward, hits up his targeting Van Dyke.
The Tigers are panicking.
Scott Van Dyke gets called to play on, goes to the hot spot, sends himself from the back. It's Dugan. Hearn comes from the front. And in front was Wetherell.
Called one over the shoulder.
Yeah, against Dugan, put the boot in the back there and didn't really make a genuine attempt.
The major difference at the moment, the Tigers, every time they get the football, are panicking. They're not making the right decision. They just chuck it on the boot. They're handball to teammates under pressure. While Moe are just so composed. They're clean. They're hitting their targets. They're looking after each other. They've got a shepherd to protect. The Tigers certainly aren't doing that at the moment.
Spot on, Scott, as Musel takes the mark on the half-back flank. Goes long down the line. Rennis works to the front, over the back is Butler. Chain of handballs. Maceese pressure on from Johnson. Does well. Maceese follows up, socks it off the ground. Biffin finds himself in a flank. Hacks it forward. Unmarked is Scott Van Dyke. Wheels around. He's got a player inside the corridor in Jacob Wood. Marks his jumps outside 50, plays on. Pressure comes from the front from Duncan. Does well, puts him off. Dugan. Forward pocket. Goes backwards again. Hood slips at a critical moment. Duncan puts pressure on. So does Hood. No free kick to Duncan. Hood handballs forward. Jam there for the Tigers. He gets pulled off the ball. No free kick again. Duncan handballs out wide. Straight away. Now the big's on the ball. Should have been a few earlier on to the Tigers.
So certainly holding the ball.
There was a free kick. There should have been a couple earlier though.
Dugan, he's too far out the score, you'd think, from about 55, so he kicks into the hot spot. Going to fly is David Gilio. Rosado was there, 2 Tigers fight for it. Rosado's handball was smothered, still in the danger zone. Musil picks it up, trying to squeeze a handball to Hillier. Sooners back there as well, over the shoulder maybe. And the professional free kick.
There's also that handball to someone professional that you hand straight up.
Sooner, clearing kick out towards Britton on the wing, marks it, unopposed in the end. As their delivery going forward, no options. McDonald presents, he has to squeeze one in forward, dangerous kick. It is a better kick. Risk and reward. Found Anderson. Anderson chips it over the top to Hillier, who drops the mark that he should have taken. He's in all sorts of trouble now. Kick off the ground from Butler, and
It's going to go to Hillier.
for I don't know what
In the back.
I think he slipped over on the ground himself, but Hillier anyway kicks it high towards centre half forward. McDonald pushed his opponent out and marked, and the umpire said, that's an arm. Well, either way, he's closer than what I am.
To mark inside 50 to Brandon McDonald. 25 minutes gone on the Carbon Country scoreboard. Sees Moe 7-6-48, ball 3-3-21. And if ever Moore will need a goal, it'll be this to Brandon McDonald. Puts the ball on the boot. He likes it, falls short though. And he's going to hit the behind post and go for a boundary throw-in. Just no confidence going for that kick there, or just didn't make good connection?
Probably just the connection, but I like Moore is better there. Unless they tried something, they're 27 points down. It's time to try and hit something more and get some run from behind.
25-minute mark, as there's a free.
It's going to recall the boundary throw-in, just a little bit short. 25 a chance.
25-minute mark, second quarter. Margin is 27 points in favour of the Lions. He's made all the Lions, ball back into play, and the Tigers get one late. From the stoppage, Brett does well. Kick was partially smothered. Sim takes it, handballs back to Biffin. Biffin took on the tackler and got around him. He's done that all year. Britton comes in, the cause to put a tackle on. The umpire said no opportunity, and it will be no ball. And we got a ball up 70 metres out from the Tigers' goal.
I'll just mention the dangerous Tyson Biffin running off the half-back flank. He's been crucial to the Lions in this quarter.
Up they go, Mo and Musil. Musil taps it down to Suter. Quick handball to Galutro. Again under pressure. The Lions come in. Quick run by Ainsworth. Sandbrook lost it. Sid goes in. Nice and clean. Handball to Sandbrook. He goes further in towards Di Virgilio. He just handball to no one. Briggs picked it off. Wilson has it. Now gave it to Suter. Again, the targets they're missing and the pressures are hot by the Lions. And Suter gets his third one over the shoulder.
Ever since you mentioned it, I've noticed that it's more obvious. The Tigers are handballing to a teammate that's under the same or more pressure than what the ball carrier is. As Suter goes over the top to McDonald, wheels around, pressure comes from Butler, got enough time to get a kick off. And Bass sets himself, Jacobson at ground level. Bass there's a ball! Just about to put the boot into it as the siren goes. It is half time here at Geraldine Showgrounds. And it is Moe 7-6-48, leading all 3-3-21.
This huge Harvey Norman betting sale is for 3 days only and must end this Sunday. Visit your local Harvey Norman betting Gippsland today.
For Gippsland Isuzu Ute, Victorian Dealership of the Year, LMCT 10285. It's Gippsland Live on CRFM.
Welcome back here to the Geraldine Showgrounds. Third quarter is just underway. We haven't missed any of the action. Got another ball up right in the centre of the ground. We'll get to some of the key stats very shortly for you. From this stoppage zone, Bass hit it over the top. Ainsworth was there, kicked it down towards his forward line. Coming out to meet it, nice little sparrow. Handle across to Di Virgilio. His kick goes high. Brown goes back with courage, stands underneath it, and he wins himself a free kick for over the shoulder. And we'll go back as Lutke just gave one over the shoulder. Just some key stats. Sorry, we'll go down to the boundary line. Just Brad Springer Thomas will be in both the rooms at half time. Thanks for the break ball, Dragon. Thanks.
Thanks, mate. Two rooms completely like north and south. The Morwell coach Joel Silver was absolutely trying to rev it as much as he could. He was saying to the boys, basically, don't be the victims, don't let the umpire dictate how you boys play football. Over in the Moe rooms, Blaze spoke exceptionally well as we've been used to, mate. He was confident without being cocky, so I'm expecting a pretty big third quarter.
So the Tigers just working from half back to half forward, and it lands in the hands of Brandon McDonald. Come and change the handle. Michael Eddie was important in that one, and so was James Jacobson, his place, which we haven't noticed too much this half. This could be the start that the Tigers need as Brandon McDonald comes in, puts it on its way, and it is through the middle to inside. A minute and a half, the Tigers get the first goal. It's a 14.5-minute mark of the first quarter.
Maybe the rev up work, boys.
Yeah, might have. They've still got it hard for a lot longer yet. That all started from Jack Green's courage off half back. He dropped back into the hole and got one high, received the free kick, and then they managed to work it up with kicks and marks, which they didn't seem to be able to do much in that second quarter. Jacobson put the afterburners on and hit up Brendan McDonald really well, who finished really well also. On the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, it is Morwell 4-3 and 27, a trailing Mummy 7-6-48. 2 minutes into this third term.
Free kick in the middle of the ground for Johnson, who just being held in banding, was paid to Johnson. He chips it over the top. Hilly has got space, runs back into the half forward, delivers to McDonald again, who takes the mark in a similar position. A little bit further out from the goal. And McDonald will go back, will kick from 50. He had a shot on goal in the second quarter from about 40, it didn't make the distance. With a bit of a breeze coming across his right shoulder, he's kicking towards the low end of the ground. The Tigers look to get 2 in a row. The margin is back to 21. He comes in from 48 metres, starts it to the right. He's moving all the way across the goal. And in the end, it's a free kick of the goal square. And it goes to the Lions.
That's unbelievable. He lost that, no.
Well, they're trying to look for a hand signal, but not getting one.
Tom Fleming takes the mark in the opposite forward pocket. Moves around on the left. This kick's going to get cut off by McDonald. Putting great pressure on Smith. And gets the ball over for a boundary throwing as McDonald with courage standing in front of the ball there. And a bit sore, a bit ginger when he runs off, he takes up his position in the hot spot inside his forward 50.
Not very obvious what to work with the ball.
Harry Simm from the stoppage clears the ball at Ainsworth with a kick. Set himself his wood kick. Great strong chance. He's got Dugan over the top. Jack Brown works back. He's not been able to get there because a kick favours Dugan. He's hard up on the boundary though. So for the 50, on the junction of the 50. Handles over to Scott Van Dyke. Swirls around. Snaps on the boot. It's not clean off the boot. And goes across the face and hits the behind post on the upper side of that red. Yeah, just didn't get the, you got the belly of the ball, should have got the outside, and we'll have a free kick going to Weatherall.
Weatherall will kick it to the far side, looking out there for Musil. Little nudge out, good work by Rizal, front square, his kick goes high. Working back with Sid, good spoiled by Johnson. That's Matt Johnson for the Tigers, who is certainly high up the ground. Maybe having a bit of a run on the ball, they need some sort of run and attack. The Lions have been great today. Boundary throwing. We're 4 minutes into this third quarter. Quick tap tomorrow down to the running there of Blazer. Does well, drops to his knees, they jump on top of Blazer. Football still there, he goes again, does Blazer at ground level. Football gets squeezed down. Hearn was there. Trying to work his way through. It's close to the boundary line, was Rob Michaelides, but no possession. And it went over. With a boundary throw, inside forward 50 for the Lions. They currently lead by 21 points. 4.5 minutes in.
Boundary throw in the pocket. Farrell works to the front, taps it down the front. Rissol can't get clean possession. And again, we'll see a scrimmage and a ball up would be the result. There's a crowd of about 12-13 players around this footy.
Got a quick question. Do we know what the lights are on?
You called for it. Rissol snaps from the stoppage. Brown works back nicely and cuts this one off. As Dugan was setting himself right up against the goal post. Plays on to the near side. Working hard is McDonald. Goes a bit further already. Last is Tommy Long, 60 metres out. Chips the ball over top. Rissol. Brown coming from the side. Rissol can't get out the second attempt. Riley Hogarth overruns it. A tap back to Woodkey. Taps it back to Sim. Snaps on the boot. Top of the square. Dugan sharks it off the back. Snaps it on to the goal. And favours the near side. It goes through for a minor score. Geez, He read that well off the back of his Dugan.
Donald Gippsland scored one this afternoon, sees Moe moved to 7-7-49, the target of 4-3-27. Suda goes short to the Gritty Pig, or otherwise known as Pepper Pig. It's going to come back in though with interest. Ainsworth chips over the top. Wood is there. Hamilton later. He takes on the outside with a strong tackle. And the big Isaac Abbas put the tackle on the coach of Moe. And that's holding the ball.
Well, you want to see some pressure acts are going to result in free kicks. Handballs back to Suda. Ainsworth is in everything. Chops this one off. Sends it back in. Hot spot. Comes to the back. Dugan. Chris on ground level. So is David Gillow. Sockers off. Hits it on the second attempt. And that will be our forward 20 goal of the day. Contest at the top of the 50. And David Gillow, he had 2 attempts at it, but the end result is the same. It's a goal.
It's just no movement up ahead towards. They come out of their back 50. Brandon McDonald, 2 exits ago. Went really hard off. He just missed the target. Jack Brown coming out of the back half. But up the ground, they seem to get it to 50 metres out. It's just that next kick out into the wings or through the middle part of the ground ball, break down. Always pressure's been really good around there, though.
Brad Thomas down at ground level for the try Volkswagen.
Yeah, mate, there's not much happening down the ground level. The Morwell guys are shaking their heads and Moe guys are up and about.
Well, they need to do something more than just shake their heads. You'd think as Sandbrook delivers this one out of the centre square, missing Dylan Farrell over for a boundary throw-in.
The 2 young blokes are doing a fantastic job keeping the stats. I think we missed one in Peter Ainsworth. He's been lively, been red hot on the outer wing, and he'd be up around one of our leading possession getters.
He certainly would. Ball comes back into play. Miles in the front spot, down to Rissole, who's quickly tackled, and the umpire will have another stoppage right on the top of the 50.
Looks like Riss has lifted his intensity as well, trying to get himself back into this game and help his midfielders out.
A couple of these guys coming back from injury. Of course, the winner goes on to play Mappa next week. Venue to be confirmed. We can let you know at the end of the day, though. Inside 50 they go again. Through the line, Blazer squeezing the handball out, looking for a runner. Sim was there, so was Wilson. No one can take it cleanly. And again, a little bit of a stoppage, a little bit of an arm wrestle at the moment. Big moment of the game. 8 minutes into this third quarter, the Tigers, if they have any chance, need to get a wriggle on right now. Big moment brought to you by Monticello's. So as we side at 10 backs, only $19.
Danny throwing it at the 50-metre mark for the Lions. Abbas reads it over the back to Johnson. Sharks a little kick out. Gia under pressure. DiVigilio gathers. His handball's cut off by Rosado. Misses a target with the hands in Wilson, and we'll see this for a boundary thrown again in the outer half forward flank for the Lions.
Just one thing that I'm noticing here, all just have like a massive pack. There's probably 5 or 6 players about to kick away. I don't know how they're going to get any run from there. It's just going to be a repeat stoppage, or Moe going to be able to spoil that ball with no problem.
Right, one guy that's great from the stoppage is Blazer. He got a kick away inside the 50. It goes. Woodkey and Hogarth was there. And now their troops arrive to give a little bit of support. Clean hands as are required. No one can really do it at the moment. Suda puts a head over the football. And Woodkey found it. And gave away a free kick.
It is surprising how many players from opposition teams still don't know to get lower against Joel Suda.
You're right. No, the Suda kicked after ball on his Woodkey and gave away the free kick. Has now just picked off Suda's kick at the top of the 50. And the Lions have got some guys coming in from the bench who can go to him. Van Dyke's one of them. He goes to him now. They come off on the ground, off the bench. He was all on his own. And the communication. Well, the communication wasn't there for the Tigers. And James Van Dyke, he got 2 this afternoon. As
Harry Sin hobbling off the ground. Hopefully it's just for a bit of a breather. He was a bit slow to get up on the outer half forward flank, so we'll keep an eye on that one, please.
James Van Dyke, 28-point margin. They lead by the Lions to extend this line. It's only by 1. And it's a minor score. And the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard this afternoon
Sees Moe 8-7, 58-8, 56 as the behind just goes on to Morwell 4-3, 27, an early goal to McDonald, cancelled out by DiVigilio.
Wilson was the received the kick out of fullback. Kicks long down the line, no one's there. Woodkey though was the one crashing his way close to the boundary line. He kept the ball in. Duncan has to go hard. And the boundary line is his friend on this occasion, right in front of the red caboose this afternoon. Elimination final day here at Terrell Showgrounds. Great to have your company across Gippsland and the Valley.
Abbas and Farrell. Farrell gets to the front. Can't quite gather was Blazer. He shook him away free kick off the ball. The umpire did see it.
Is that the Pepper Pig?
Yes, it was.
There it is.
Blazer overran the ball and just grabbed a hold Never takes arm and over the ground. 5 metres off the ball.
I reckon Farrell's got the better of the best today, boys.
Very good. McDonald leading up wide. Slides in, takes his mark. Still on his half back flank against the boundary. Again, the ball, the movement is slow. The bat sets himself, gets to the front. Farrell gets a fist on Rosado. Edwards to Michaelides. Edwards over the top to the running Johnson. He can run and carry. Kicks forward to Jason. Hits up a nice target. An open ball to him. Nigeria in the corridor. He goes short to Michaelides. Misses the target. Puts him up the hole. And giving away a free kick again. He's blazer against Michaelides. 55 metres out. It does, but he is a very skillful footballer, and this, if he has to go long and go to the top of the square, which he does, plays set himself. Ryan Hurd on the second game, takes a strong arm. Disciplined kick by Michaelides to the back side of the ground. Sees Ryan Hurd finding himself in the forward line up for goal. Slow angle, almost directly in front. 30 metres out.
Scuzz has no gone forward or he's rolled forward.
No, he has. I'm pretty sure he's gone forward.
All right, let's have a look who's rolled back there for the Tigers as Hurd comes in. They've got weights in this third quarter, Murray and Morwell. Hurd looks to get the Tigers second. On its way, it's through the middle. The Tigers up two in the third quarter. They need to get a bit of a re-roll now.
Yeah, they definitely do. That was much better movement around the middle part of the ground, and it was Brandon McDonald, who went up in the footy and actually created some space in behind. After he did that, Matt Palutro led up the footy, and that also created some space and allowed their mids and their forwards to get some one-on-ones, because at the minute, around the half-forward line or the middle parts of the ground, they're just contested every time they come out of their back half mile.
On the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard sees Moore right back, 5-3-33, 23-point deficit to Moe, 8-8-56.
Farrell, big tap out, but Duncan picked it up, gave it to Kennedy. His handball back to Brown, who's just missed the target. The foot jam under a little bit of pressure. He couldn't gather it nicely. Wilson comes to help. Van Dyke's over there for the Lions as well. It's 2-on-2. Now Mitchell comes in, but the umpire said, let's do this one. And again, we see the pressure of the kicks or handballs from the Tigers. Just missing targets. They're panicking, and the Lions, their pressure's been fantastic today.
Farrell gets knocked down. Wood puts his head over the ball, tackled strongly by Rosado. The ball spills out. Beautiful, he's being quiet. Links up with Duncan. Duncan goes to the wing, sliding in but missing the mark there for the Tigers. Cut spills out to Hillier, ducks inside his opponent, handballs to Suter. He's under pressure straight away. He gets a handball forward to Palutro, chucks it on the left, goes out toward the boundary and marking strongly in front of his opponent. Here's McDonald. He played on, he got his legs, and the umpire tells him to go back beyond the mark. Goes to the hot spot. Hutchinson works to the front. Umpire says, hang on, partner holding a big ball.
Going to go back on Musil. Musil squares up, comes lateral to Kennedy. He's on the half-forward flank. He's about 60 metres out. The lead presents. That goes towards Michaelides. He goes back and marks. All under pressure in front of Michaelides, and we'll go back and look to get the Tigers two in a row for the first time since the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. 6 men, though, it was all the Lions, and they've pushed the margin. It's now currently 23 points. And the Tigers desperately need this one as Michaelides comes in. He's got one this afternoon, and he puts it straight through the middle. That's down back and straight from Michaelides. The Tigers have the right thing.
Yeah, they definitely do. And if they can get the ball in the hands of guys like Rodney Carades, they're match winners for all. They're their screen players. Just an interesting stat, boys. Morwell had 5 inside 50 marks in the first half. This quarter, we're currently at the 15-minute mark, and it's been 6 inside 50 marks for Morwell, which is a massive improvement. But they just need to keep going on their way. They need to win it out of the centre, and they give themselves a chance.
McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. It's Moe, 8-8-56. Morwell, 6-3-39. 2 in a row for the Tigers. Sees the margin reduced to 17 points.
So Hurd still is playing as a defender at the moment. Back in the middle they go. No one can really win the clearance. Working hard in there is Wood. Now he gets a kick away. Goes to Crucian, a half forward. Brown, Weber. Woodkey comes to meet it. Grabs it. Outside 50. Kicks backwards. Duncan kicks it off. Play off. Not 15, the umpire said. Gets it out wide to Jack. He can mark. Half back take for the Tigers. Slows things up. Hogarth presents just over the top, but he goes lateral to Duncan. He's been moved into the middle for the Tigers. There's one move. Duncan, beautiful kick. Found Hogarth. Comes further inboard. You've got numbers everywhere. It's never big. Solomon Candy. Goes inboard to Palutro, who marks. And it just went 15 metres.
spray from Joel Suter at half-time and has come out and given them something to build on. 17-point deficit with Palutro lining up the goal. It'll be right on his range.
You reckon he's got it?
Be a big kick.
Be a big kick. 50 metres, he'll kick it right on the 50-metre line.
I'll back him in.
Makes his way in. Ball through, doesn't come up cleanly. Ball short. Tommy Long cuts it off. Fumbles, but he's got time. Handballs to work. The old 1-2. Put pressure on Australia. He kicked wide from Long. Great spoil. And great save. In the blind side of the umpire. Yeah, good look at it. We were right on it. The umpire didn't see it. They all saw it too.
Palutro up against Weber. Weber tapped it down towards Van Dyke. We had a boundary throw in. Everyone can take a deep breath. Big moment of the game for Monticello. 17 minutes have gone.
I like Palutro in the ruck against Morrow. It's a risk of ball. He's not as strong, but I think he'll have him on the speed and agility.
17-point margin in favour of the Lions. From the stoppage, Suter at ground level. Good tackle by Macice, who's wore him like a glove all afternoon. And we've got another stoppage. True centre wing. Arm wrestle at the moment. Again, Morrow, Palutro. Give it to Palutro. Rissole was there though. Gathers him for the stoppage. Kicks forward. Tommy Wilson marked it on his defensive 50 in the Tigers spread.
The back six has really improved.
Kicks it over the top to Hogarth. They can run and carry this one. It's much better run from the Tigers now. They kick it out wide. Giac is one of those. So is Musil. Hutchison comes up to provide a half-hearted Shepherd. Musil goes to ground. They look for another stoppage, you would think, and they get one. Half-forward flank build-up.
Geez, they're better looking side, aren't they, Mo, when they run and you lower the eyes?
Yeah, and I'll give you a stat, boys. 5 marks to Moe this quarter, total to 19 to Morwell.
Certainly been better out there. Big tap by Morrow straight down the throat of Sandbrook. His kick goes high up in the air. Morrow, Weber was going to fly. Out there was Wilson, but the boundary line is their friend. And another boundary throw in. 18 minutes gone, Troy.
What we've seen in the past, boys, in history says that when teams fight back in situations like this, they do burn a lot of tickets. Hopefully for Moore's sake, they haven't burned too many and can continue this run on. As we see great contest on the half-forward flank there, in half-forward for the Lions.
Well, technically they didn't turn up in the second quarter.
So they might
have some extra tickets.
Time will tell. Tap ball from Morrow goes to Giac, held off the ball once the ball left his grasp, and he's rewarded with a free kick. They're just really empty-handed at the Tigers, and now it's a opportunity to see what Moe's got to respond as Giac goes long down the line. A great contest, falling heavy, free kick, and getting a free kick is Hutchison.
There's 2-on-1 there for the Tigers too.
Coming in from the side was Brock Smith. He doesn't hold back the young fella. There's Hutchison on true centre wing. I don't mind this. They wait for something to unfold. That's a great half thing. Anderson, that's it up forward. He goes short of the Palutro. Runs to the 55. Goes to the hot spot. Sandbrook has got time to get those. There's no construction that gets the mark. In the forward pocket. Reasonably tight angle as the umpire's going to wheel him around. And left footer, so not his favourite side. He's on the left side, left forward pocket.
Left footer and he's a batsman. Not saying that he's
Saying it, the check side. Ball on the foot. And he kicks it to the ball. And doesn't work it back and goes through for a minor score.
McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard this afternoon. 19.5-minute mark of this third quarter of the elimination final sees Murray 8-8-56. The Tigers 6-4-40, a 16-point margin. As Tyson Biffin will be the one that will bring it out of fullback.
I think like this quarter as Tyson Biffin.
He plays into himself. Oh, he stumbles. Johnson closes. There's a kick from Biffin's good. Found Fleming.
That was his first possession of the half for Tyson Biffin. 20 minutes gone.
Well, he is a bit of a barometer for this Lions side. That run and attack from half back as Fleming kicks it long and down outside his 50. Hearn goes up. Morrow was front square. Gave to Rissole. He got tackled quickly. The umpire said,
One thing I like about the Tigers' third quarter is their pressure around the ball. Not allowing Moe just to get any free ball movement. Oh, there's a free kick on that, was there, boys?
No, we're going to pull up from the far side. Over the top goes Palutro. Good little spot there for Sandbrook to crash his way through, get a kick away. Falls to Sim, held his ground well. The Tigers have got numbers. Hello, Kennedy slipped over, had to put the tackle on. The umpire will now ball it up, so good result there for the Lions.
Got an unfriendly bounce there, didn't he, Gav?
Getting late in this quarter, 21 minutes have gone. You think the next goal is all important for both sides. Who goes in with the momentum at three-quarter time? Wood from this clearance wins it, runs away from the Pepper Pig, kicks it out wide to Ainsworth. He handles over the top, Sandbrook ran on. He's going to deliver. He took on the tackler in Kennedy, easily gets around him, delivers to Rissole, and takes a strong mark directly in front, 40 metres out. And this is the one we're talking about, the big momentum swinger. The Tigers have got 3, the Lions have got 1, but the Lions still lead by 16 points, yes. That's 50 every day of the week.
That was almost Jim Stein like that.
Rissole directly in front, the big moment for Monticello's. He has that quiet game. He's a good king of the football. He's going to leave the shore. Rissole with through straight marks on the goal line. And will be tied on the angle. He plays on quickly, runs around and puts it straight through the middle. There's the swing back to the Lions, entering into the return in this third quarter.
Yeah, it's going to definitely hurt. And like Scott said, that is a momentum swinger. Ball's had all the play in this quarter. And then he's had their first goal, the second in this quarter. But Moyle's just had all the play. They've had the ball in their hands. They've actually restricted Moe from getting the footy with the amount of marks and kicks that hit up. And it didn't take much. Moe got it in there. And just a beautiful finish there from Farrell. A nice mark as well. He used his body really well.
I'm going to give that scoreboard.
Gippsland scoreboard. 6 Moe 1962, getting that margin back out to 22 points. Moe 6-4-40. The game is definitely in the balance. Moe just keeping them at arm's length for the moment, but Moe have definitely responded and have lifted in this third term.
Gippsland live on Terra FM, thanks to Isuzu and the Isuzu team. Gippsland Isuzu in Morwell. Tigers with the clearance. Britton just threw it to Salutro. He handled to Johnson. Kicked nicely to Duncan. He's gone forward now. He's a jack of all trades. There's Michael Duncan. Kicks to the hot spot. Where's the fly? Here he is in the back spot. Had the spoil. The seats was there for the Lions. Quick kick. It's going to come back in. Kennedy has it. He can chip it over the top. There's Tigers everywhere. And McDonald gets the mark. And Jacobson just made a subtle. That was a subtle shepherd off the ball. Allowed McDonald to mark. Who has a goal in this third quarter. He's got one for the day.
Just quickly, boys, look at the clouds over the back of the ball, yeah.
That'll be an arm, mate.
Well, as McDonald comes in, tight angle, starts it right, stays there. No wind. And that one back, minor score. The margin now is 21 points in favour of the Lions.
It's been lonely this quarter as Brandon McDonald had an opportunity to kick a couple of goals and Biffin plays on, handballs over the top to Rennes. Pressure from a pass. Rennes get good purchase on it though. Contest on a half-back flank for the Lions. Farrell and Musil, the big ruckman doing the roving. And we'll see it go out for a boundary throw-in. Just favouring Moore's side of centre wing. We're just ticked over 24 minutes, 21-point margin in favour of the Lions. Morrow works to the front, knocks it down to the defensive side, but numbers there for the Tigers. That's Johnson, handballs to Suter, great at ground level to Duncan, hurry kick inside 50, Greg at ground level, handballs over the top, Ainsworth, Jimmy's inside a couple, hurry kick forward, out on the wing, Wilson keeps his feet nicely, feeds a handball out to Johnson, Johnson runs, kicks to the hot spot, Michael Lee's over the back, Greg turns at the last minute, just gets a spoil on, Rennes knocks it off the ground, comes to Hillier, gathers, hurry kick, gets smothered, leaves it behind, Biffin, hurry handball out to Butler, to Greg, to Butler, pressure from Hillier, he's got enough to get it on, goes to Johnson, putting the pressure on, he's very composed, his man in Johnson, chips one over the top, Suter marks in front of Blazer, this is too far out, you'd say, chips one over the top, to the great lead of Biffin. He's driven into the ground after he marks that intercept and takes a critical mark deep in this third quarter. As I said, 21-point margin. If Hall just needed something there, and it would have been critical if they had got a goal late in this third term.
Biffin kicks it out wide. And Farrell had 2 bites out of it. He has pushed and marked it. Half-back flank for the Lions. Farrell kicks it down the line. Looking for Rissole. Brown was there. Over the back was Wood. Just didn't quite sit for him. He was nearly away. It was Wood. He goes again. Does a tunnel rat member. Handballs to himself. Goes again. Puts a little left foot. Over the top of Butler who can mark. Jacob Wood. Oh! He played on. Did he play on? There's 2 umpires in the one spot. And he played on. Butler's still got time to go back. There's numbers everywhere, but they'll slow things up.
The reason he did play
the chips over the top turnover, Kennedy marks.
Bit of justice there.
And David Wood, lucky he didn't see that because he'd be disappointed. Kennedy coming out of the back half, finds Brink, who runs and takes on another attack. Handball's over the top to Wissol. Rosado closes. Wissol, handball's took it up. Johnson closes. Pippin kicks inside 50. And it's marked by Jack Brown.
Great chase there by Billy Warren, boys.
The Tigers just there to slow things up. They can't afford a late goal. Kicks it out wide towards Anderson. He kicks it to the wing. Marking on the chest. No dropping. That was Jacobson. Quick hand with Johnson. Johnson's getting tackled behind from Sandbrook. Down to the umpire. Sim has it now. Back inside they go for the Lions. Farrell marks. Handballs quickly to Van Dyke. Steps around. Kicked him forward to Rissol. And at the 26.5-minute mark, Rissol will go back and have a shot on goal to get the Lions out to an all-important 27-point lead.
This will be disappointing for the Tigers. I think they've had the majority of the play in this quarter, have responded, but still, if the result can go back and kick the goal, it'll be back to a 27-point margin again.
Which is what it was at half-time. Rissol has a shot. He likes it. It's through the middle. Well, we've played the third quarter. It's been all the Tigers, but the margin still says 27 points.
Yeah, and the way Ball was playing, I don't think they're playing in bad style. It was just James Jacobson. He just dropped the mark that he normally would have taken, and it just created that turnover, which is unfortunate for him. And Moe, once they get the ball, they're really dangerous. What Moe have done well this quarter is not let Moe get the ball in their hands, but as soon as they do, they're away, Moe, and they're very dangerous when they've got the ball in hand.
McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard sees Moe 10-8-68. Ball 6-5-41. 28 minutes gone in the third term, not long to go.
This time I'll give that one to Musil. Suda trying to crash his way through, got tackled quickly.
It's getting pretty dark out here, boys.
Oh, well, lucky we have the lights turned on. Hey?
More referencing the rain.
We don't really worry about the rain. It's nice and calm up here from this stoppage. Duncan had a fresh airy Morrow. Handball back to Long, who kicked it towards his half-forward line. Standing underneath it, Anderson. Handball's to the right. Hearn's very good for the Tigers. Chip kick over the top. And there it goes, the three-quarter time siren. It was all the Tigers in terms of field play. But the last couple of goals in red zone to the Lions held strong. And the margin at half-time was 27 points. The margin now at three-quarter time is still 27 points.
Final turn, ready to go. The umpire holds the ball off. We'll ask the question a bit later too, boys, as Musil gets this down. Samuel sharks off the back, spins out, can't get a clean possession. Whoever does, Hickson takes it over his shoulder. Wissol marks unattended, wheels around, that's a scruffy kick forward. Dugan's got 5 on his opponent, fumbles, gathers, hits it up high and up and under, and goes across the face of goal and goes out of bounds on the full. Boys, can Morwell get back?
No, too much rain now, boys.
Yeah, it's raining now. I just can't see, what is it, 27 points? I just can't see Moore. They might be able to kick that. I can't see Moe not scoring. I think that's going to be Moore's problem.
Brett Thomas, you've been down at the three-quarter time huddles for all the trade balls back.
Sure have, mate. Morwell was just all about you got to take the risks, boys. If it's up to us, we've got to take the risks and just try and as hard as we can. Moe very composed. We're not going to play passive football. We're still going to go for the W as well, boys.
Well, they're attacking again. Butler, nice little kick, great kick over the top to Blazer. He's usually a beautiful kick. Just missing those there, Van Dyke dropped the mark, but he may have taken. Hogarth does well at ground level. Whitney jump off the umpire says he has plenty of opportunity. And that's holding the ball as John Massee's too far out. So he handballs to Blazer, who we know can unload from 55, going. It's going back. Farrell goes back. And he's a play of the line. I think it should find. It's a mark in the goal square. As Farrell will go back. And just about put this game beyond doubt. The margin currently stands at 27 points. We're inside the first minute and a half of football of this final quarter. And it could be one nail in the coffin of this Tigers outfit. As Farrell directly in front. He puts it straight through the middle. And the line's not up and about. And Dylan Farrell's got his second.
Yeah, he has, and it's all come about. Moe, majority of the whole game, maybe not so much in the last quarter, because there's pressure around the ball, and that just came again from a run-down tackle. They're chasing hard, they've been tackling as hard as you've seen in the final, And that was a brilliant mark in the wet where the football is probably 6'5", and he juggled it and yeah, finished it off really well from inside the goal square.
On the Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland scoreboard, sees Moe 11-8-74. Strengthened their lead out to 33 points more, 6-5-41, as we're just waiting for the ball to come back.
Just a couple of key stats for the game so far for the Tigers. Leading stat winner there, Rod Michaelides on 17, Joel Suter has 16, Tommy Wilson's got 15, and then Tyler Hillier on 14, and Anthony Rosado has 11.
For the Lions, as Jacob Wood has 19, Biffin 18, Blazer 17, Sandbrook 14, and Brissol 11.
Hillier comes off the line, handballs backwards to Wilson. His quick kick goes high. Hazer goes back to the flight, puts a hand out, does well. Massees helped him out, gave it to Biffin. His right foot kick to half forward to Rissol. They're everywhere now, the Lions. Biffin Rissol goes over the top to Sandbrook. He runs to 55, delivery, beautiful kick to half inside 50. And from 45 we'll go back, slow things up and have another shot at goal.
Their key midfielders, boys. It's Blazer, it's Rissol, it's Sandbrook. Biffin off the half-back flank. They've lifted their work rate early in this last quarter. And that's the reason why Moe are going to have their second opportunity to score a goal through.
They've got one nail in the coffers. Butler can't quite get another one. He pushes it to the far side. Can someone mark down the goal square? Yes. But it's Jack Brown for the Tigers. He'll slow things up.
Treated it like a dry ball, didn't he?
He did. They trail at the moment to the Tigers.
Brown goes long and wide to his half-back flank, and a spoil over the back from Benny Morrow sees it's out of bounds for a boundary goal.
So on the Harvey Norman Electoral Gippsland scoreboard, Moe 11-8-74, the Tigers are 6-5-41. The margin is 33 points. Thank you, Nathan Carter.
Carry the one.
Springer.
Yes, mate.
Moe's obviously going very nicely at the moment. Their rotations are still high. No injury concerns for the Lions.
No injury concerns at all. I've been kept an eye on him. He seems to be moving all right, mate.
Yeah, and Harry seems to be moving okay as well. Although there's still think Lockie might be able to get a kick out there. So from the half-back, Musil kicked it towards the wing Biffin. Marks for the Lions, picked up nicely. For the South Greyhounds this afternoon, he's been one of the better performers for the Lions. As Biffin kicks it to half forward, looking for Sandbrook, who can't mark. Wilson kept it in. Out there was Musil, handballs inboard to Sue, who's got time, but he goes backwards to Wilson again. Little kick is going to be picked off by Blazer. And the midfield strength of James Blazer starting to come into fore here. Little kick goes towards Webber. Marks, chip kick over the top, and they're going to raffle that then. And Biffin Butler said, look, I'll take this one, Van Dyke, because I'm going to kick it forward, but it's going to be a turnover. As Hogarth picked it off, going to Johnson, handballs backwards to Wetherell. Wetherell's kick goes towards Hogarth again, who marks it outside his defensive 50. Need to move it quickly. Hogarth just kicks it high and hopes. Craig goes back. No mark. Play on. Good spoil by Hillier. Goes and gets it again. Does Hillier. Handballs to Rosado. Gets a hands out of the tackle. Does Rosado. Quick one to Duncan. Flash of heads. And a quick one goes in.
Flash of heads between Rosado and Hillier.
Hillier, yeah. It's got heaps of flame coming to Hillier.
Well, there's a Rosado's dropped a little bit as well. That could be Hillier's blood on his arm. And seems to think he doesn't want to come off. I think there will be two blood rules here, as the umpire, just in case the umpire didn't see, Rissol said, hey, have a look at Rosado, he's bleeding as well. So Rosado will come off with a split eye, and Hillier looks to have a split head as well, and he's trying to stay on. But when you've got blood out there, young fella, you've got to come off.
We might do a quick around the grounds, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland. Churchill are leading by 2 points over Sale City in the semi-final action for the North Gippsland Football League.
It's going to be an upset with the boys if Churchill get up.
A little bit, I would say.
They're a very good side. They've got their full side back in the park. I'm not going to call it an upset, but Sale City will go out in straight sets if that is the case.
You protect your old clubs, don't you?
When you win a couple of flags out there, come and talk to me when you won a couple. Springer. The ball up through centre wing here as Morrow just takes it out of the ruck. Handball's in the way of Rissol. He never picked tackles him and over the shoulder.
It's a thing acting like a king in bacon, isn't it?
Rissol
Wants a bit of bacon.
Well, it goes without saying, doesn't it? You're going to have bacon with Rissol. emerged from this stoppage. Sandbrook very strong, scoops up off the ground, right foot kick out in the front there of Di Virgilio for the Lions. Half forward, Brown closes, Di Virgilio stops, back on that right foot, kicks it high. Going to fly up to the back is Dugan. Can't mark, good work, roping work by Farrell. Handball back out to Weber. There's a fighting shot at goal. Weber loves it. And that is a sitter. Nailed in the pocket. And Weber celebrated and comes up a little bit proppy. He was good when he kicked it after he celebrated though. It looks like he just grabbed his knee.
There's a bit of pressure coming from the front for the smother and just might have collected him.
Dugan's coming off boys with appears to be a finger.
He split the webbing a few weeks ago, didn't he, boys?
Yeah, he's not happy about it. He's not. He's pretty small.
Keep an eye on that one as we go to the Harvey Norman Electric Gippsland scoreboard. Luke Weber getting that goal for the Lions. 12-8-80 the Lions. The Tigers are 6-5, 41.
Ball back in the middle, Morrow over the top, taps it forward to Rissol. He unleashes a wonky barrel. Farrell goes back with the flight, comes to ground, Sim can't gather. Wilson does, but he's tackled straight away by Di Virgilio. And a good call there by the umpire, no prior opportunity.
Let's do split the webbing again in his hand. Just got the coming from the net.
Oh, you're a good man, finding out all the hard information. Farrell. Back to Wood. Wood wheels around, third time, back on his right. Daisy cut up to Farrell, umpire called play on. This is the pig in the result again. No, that's handball, ends up with Mueller. Throws out the back, Sam looks at man, he plays on, bumps a point, 45 point margin, and it's Mexican says it's over.
That lady's singing, is she?
I just want to see a bit of fight, don't you, boys?
Yeah, it's been good. Sandbrook's had a cracking last quarter so far. I know it's only gone 10 or so minutes, but his last quarter's been fantastic, and there's no one around them around the contest. All you want to, you're exactly right, Spring. All you want to do is see a bit of a contest from all. They haven't had an inside 50 yet in this last quarter. Moe's had 8. They're getting absolutely slaughtered at the minute.
Back in the middle they go, up goes Musil. Back forward it gave it up to Di Virgilio. The Lions are full of running in the last quarter. Goes in the direction of Woodkey. Front and square there was Sim. Overran it. Wilson goes again. Tries to all fours. Flick it out to Hogarth. To Gia. Now to Gritty Pig. Gets it across there to Hogarth. Wilson had to stop, come back, get on the left foot. But it was smothered by Sim. His kick goes inside 50. Back there is Woodkey. It's getting dark out there and the rain's coming. It comes in board to Van Dyke. But the Tigers there with Musil. Grabs it, handballs to Suter. Suter goes towards the leading target in Michaelides. Downfield, Mark, take your pick. Michaelides goes wide, and missing the target out there was Britton as Sandbrook puts a fist on it, and it goes over. We're going to boundary throw in. Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland scoreboard. The biggest range at the best prices guaranteed. See, Bowie 13-8-86. The Tigers are 6-5-41. This game is all done and dusted. 39-point margin to the Lions.
Boundary throw in, half forward flank for the Tigers. Musil just gets a fingernail to it. Ground level is Michaelides, can't gather, the ball's a bit slippery. Go to tackle, puts a tackle on Darnell Gregg, and the umpire will call for a ball up. Half forward flank, 55, 60 metres out to the Tigers. A brief fight back early in the third quarter was quickly squashed in this final term. Sandbrook clears, handballs to Massis, wheels back around, gets tackled, slung to the ground. Umpire says play on, and we'll have another ball up. Now he's called play on again. Sim rips it out of the pack and is tackled straight away by Joel Suter.
Brad Thomas down at ground level for the Trade Volkswagen, the two Tiger boys.
Two Tiger boys?
Yes, with the bloods in the claret. Can you clear things up for us?
Yeah,
Yes. Rosado,
got the Cat Cash headband on. He'll come back on shortly.
Chain of handballs ends up with Sim. He's going to go inside 50. Dropping it into the corridor. Leading the race back is Wilson. Pressure from Van Dyke. He's got time. He gathers. He fumbles. He stumbles. What's the hands on that's how forward of 20 minutes of the day. And Ainsworth to the edge of goal. Shouts from the crowd. I can hear throughout affection. From the Moe supporters saying drag him, get him off.
He is the club legend, the club record holder. He can miss from 2 metres out. He stayed out there. The Lions are up and about. First final for a number of years. They're going to win this elimination final and progress to take on Mafra next week, boys. And remember, both sides have played, Moe and Mappa. It's been a 3-point margin. This final series will just get more exciting as the weeks go on. Football on the centre wing there, and a free kick to Michaelides. Advantage was paid. Over the top to Johnson. Kicks towards Britton. Goes back. It's a strong mark. Bifford crunched Hayden Britton. He's too far out to score. Hutchison presents. Ignores. Looks to get on top of the head with Jacobson. Britton unloads from 50. Jacobson's there, so's Jack Brown. As the defender takes the mark. On the point of the play on quickly, snaps around his body, and the Tigers get one through Jack Brown.
Yeah, it's a consolation goal there for Jack Brown, and that's their first inside 50 for all. We're at the 13-minute mark. First inside 50, they're getting absolutely slaughtered in the clearances. Moe's 9 to Morwell's 1. But yeah, there was a nice mark there from Hayden Britton. He ran back with the flight and got cleaned up, and a beautiful kick. It was James Jacobson who put a nice little shepherd on there for Jack Brown to take his mark uncontested.
Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland scoreboard sees Moe 13-9, 87, 40-point leaders over Morwell 7-5, 47. Ball back in the middle.
Farrell goes up, but Musil won it, put it straight down at Blazer's throat. Quick kick goes towards true centre half forward. Hearn, Nick Spoyle. Great work by Christine Jones to win it. Over to Hearn with a handball to Johnson with a quick kick. James Blazer's had a great last quarter. His kick goes out wide. Finds out there Van Dyke. This is Scott Van Dyke for the Lions. Chips it over the top. They've got numbers out there, and that looks to be Weber as he pushes his way back from the top of the 50. Little daisy cutter misses everyone. Van Dyke was there. Where now he picks it up. Wetherell puts a tackle on. Van Dyke put it to the point of the square. Brown spoils it. Front square is Scott Van Dyke. Pretty big is there as well. Harry Sid puts pressure on Kennedy, and it goes over for a boundary throw. Quick around the ground check. Thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture. I've got a court update for you. In the A-grade netball, Moe 41 have defeated Leongatha 35. A great effort there by Moe's goal attack. Georgia Mooney was best off court for the Lions.
Ball gets hit over to the corridor inside Moe's forward 50-minute turn. Gets the ball out to Lutro. His kick up and under. Ends up in the middle of the ground. Back ground level. Hutchison running forward. Nothing forward for him. So he elects the handball to Michaelides. Handball's back to Hutchison. Farrell from just inside 50. It goes through for a goal and reduces the margin by 6 points, obviously, because that was a goal. 34 points.
Springer.
Yeah, that was a good play from Hutchison. He's probably been a little bit quiet today. It probably doesn't suit him, the conditions. He's got really strong hands, and with the conditions being a bit slippery, it probably hasn't suited him, but he linked up really well there. He initially went to the first contest and received the handball. It was a really rushed torpedo and slid on through for a second off.
That is Daniel Hutchison's second goal, that's correct. Good to see you taking notes down there, Brent Thomas.
Quick around the ground for Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland. A goal to Murray from a free kick cuts the margin to 12 points in favour of Gippsland Power.
Well, Tigers win a stoppage again. Johnson kicks it towards centre forward. Michaelides is there. Overruns it. Johnson goes again. Hard work by Grant to pick it up, kick it, a barrel outside his defensive half. Goes towards the wing, it's a foot race. Hearn and Weber. Hearn gets there first. Good tackle by Weber. Strong tackle. Playoffs in the umpire. The ruckman coming to help in terms of Musil. Where are the small fellas out there? Free kick goes towards Musil. And I heard
Boys, the siren has gone. A great win to the Gippsland Power Boys over Murray Bush Rangers.
and that ensures them a spot in the top 8. They'll play finals football, the Gippsland Power Boys. As Giat marks it half forward, puts the afterburners on, kicks to Hutchison on the lead, can't mark. Front square was Belutro, overran it, Lance did well, handball to the Blazer, kicks it out wide to Fleming. Fleming, defensive 50 kick, goes to the wing. Good little spoil there, lands in the hands of Weber, who blazes it high to half forward. No one can mark. Contest Kennedy. Handball's out the back to Brown. Virgilio, strong tackle. Just flicked it forward. Van Dyke was there. That's Scott. Now Jaden Van Dyke comes in. So does Ainsworth. Picks it up. Stops around. The game's record holder at Moe. Gets it behind. Another one. Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland School on the biggest range and the best prices guaranteed.
Sees Moe 13-10, 88. Morwell 8-5-53.
Boys. As Wilson waited, allowed Brissol to attack at 100 miles an hour and take the chest mark. We'll go back and have another shot on goal for the Brissol He has 1 goal this afternoon.
You'll top this one, Mikey?
He should. I'm not going to wasn't confident. No. Wet ball, windy conditions, late in the game. Not much riding on it in the sense that Moe's going to win the game. He's going to go back and bang straight through the middle.
So in comes Rizzo on its way, and he's hit that upright. A minor score. Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland scoreboard this afternoon in the fourth quarter. 7.5 minutes gone. The Lions 13-11-89. Morwell are 8-5-53. They 36-point margin. As Hogarth kicks it as long as he can, it goes 40 metres, picked up by Long, handles in towards the Van Dyke. Gets around one, goes back to Long, after the boundary line, has a chip. And you boys just calm your farm. Sit back in your seat. It's a minor score, and another one. Margin now is 37 points in favour of the Lions.
Tried to do a Dugan, and we'll just quickly go to the ground level thanks to the all-new golf. Springer, do we have an update on Ash Dugan?
He did his webbing on his hands, as I said earlier, but I'll report in again, mate, to let you know.
And Tyler Hillier from that blood to rule, the big gash on his head, hasn't come in. Thanks very much, great Springer Thomas. And goes towards half-back. Musil handballs back to Wilson. His kick over the top. He's been okay today, Wilson. At the feet of the Bass. Now he can gather it. The Tommy takes on Tommy Long. Holding the ball. No handball from the big Isaac Bass. And Tommy Long. He'd be loving these finals, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he certainly loves it, and he just gives everything. Gets called to play on. They go long and hard. So coming in from the side is Jack Brown going to take an uncontested mark for the Tigers.
Well, he's just spoke to Dukes himself. Dukes goes and gets stitches, and all the other boys on the bench are going to put his hands on. Get stitches and run for next week, you reckon?
Free kick here on centre wing goes to Ainsworth. And he'll slow things up. He's just had a look. 19 minutes gone. We're not quite into the red zone just yet.
Well, Blazer has had 7 possessions in these final terms.
Kicks down the line. Up goes Brown and Hearn. No one can mark it. Brown kicks off the ground. Back there is Sandbrook. Lost it in the tackle. Jacobson, the quick kick. Down towards his half forward. Bass goes back with a fly. Takes a chest mark. Nice one. He's got no option in the forward half. He has to slow things up or kick it short to Hutchison. And he goes to Hutchison. He's got no one there. Hutchison just blazes away. Coming into Belutro, but all the numbers slow to the Lions. Farrell's one of those. Blazes the other one. Kicks out wide. Found Butler on a half-back break. Ambles on. Ambles out wide now to the run-off half-back from Biffin. Kicks towards half-forward. Di Virgilio breaks for him. Sits in his toes. Gathers it. Comes back inboard on the right foot. Gets towards Woodkey direction. Misses that target. Van Dyke's there though. Gathers it. Has a shot on goal. And it's all too easy. However, it was touched off the boat.
That's right, enjoy like one.
There was a bit of that in that bit of play right from the half-back flank for the Lions. As Maul bring it back in quickly, ends up out wide, finds Madden Johnson. He's been one that can hold his head up high for the Tigers. Comes in forward, finds Kennedy, he goes back out wide to the half-back flank, finds Musil. Musil chips one over the top, working back with the fall of the ball. Oh, leading up nicely, Paluccio just beats everyone to it. He just wanted a bit more. Goes long on the left, half-forward flank. Contest out there. Hutchinson works his opponent off the ball in Brock Smith. Handballs back inside, puts Farrell under pressure. He goes with fist in his defensive direction, and it goes out of bounds on the junction of the 50-metre line, outside half-forward flank for the Tigers. Just ticked over 21 minutes, 38-point margin in favour of the Lions.
As Harry Sid comes off, you think that would just about be his done. He got through the game unscathed, coming back from that knee injury. And that's a big bloke. Ben Morrow to go back onto the ground.
Got some fair tracks on his leg, Benny Morrow. Must have copped one in a ruck contest. He's got the big Freddy Krueger marks down his leg.
Well, they've got a big game next week. They take on the Mapra Eagles. The venue's still to be confirmed. But no doubt before we go off air today, we'll certainly have an answer for you there, which ground that will be in that first semi-final. As Wilson goes forward for the Tigers, kicks it in towards Brown. Couldn't quite mark it, he slides down at his knees. Margolides comes in, comes back to Brown, kicks it 2 metres. Tommy Long was there, gave the handball away. Fleming tried to help him out as well. They like to get a clean possession. So Long just said, off we go. Took on the tackle, that nearly could be on the ball. The umpire said ball this one up. The lights are shining bright. We unfortunately won't have a night final this year because Traralgon were fantastic winners yesterday. And they take on the William side who have had a rest. Rigsby Jones has just cleaned up off the ball, and Biffin doesn't like that. They go to the gritty pig. And any kids out there, please look away. Biffin pigs are at the copper. As Moe quickly play on. Pepper Pig should just walk away from this one. That's what he'd normally do.
About 3 foot short in the ball.
Well, I understand why the Moe boys are not real happy about that. It's late in the game. The game is done and dusted. And Grimstead Jones just airing a bit of frustration, cleaned up Cole Sandwich. And at the moment, they're probably not really required. I understand it's a physical game, but he did get him too high.
He did. Moe and Morwell love each other, remember that though, Troy? Quick handball out from the back. Van Dyke now working hard out there with Rosado. Handballs over the top to Belutro, showing a little bit of promise as Belutro keeps the ball into play. There's Biffin, who's been a superstar for the Sale Greyhounds this afternoon. Kick was smothered. Gets towards Jacobson, twisting, turning at the top of the 50. Abbas goes through, puts a strong tackle on. They're still having a crack at the Tigers, even though this game is done and dusted. A 38-point margin in favour of the Lions now. So we'll progress into a first semi-final next week. Great news for Gippsland Power repeating they will progress into the finals of the TAC Cup in the under-18s.
Clears from James Blazer, clears the defensive area out to the outer wing. Woodkey finds himself free, but the boundary line beats him to it. Boundary throw in on the outer wing.
23 minutes gone here on the Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland scoreboard at Traralgon. In sunshine, lights are on, rainbows, dark clouds and rain.
Boys, the umpire has just called a stop to play. We have a player down on the outer wing, hard up against the fence. We're just trying to pick up, one, which team it is, and secondly, who it is. It looks to be the Tigers. And Matt Belutro, pretty slow to get up. On the outer wing now, did anyone see, obviously...
No, this was from a couple of moments ago when we caught Belutro running along the boundary line to squeeze the handle out. We just haven't noticed him, but he jogs off from the trainer, so all looks good and well, and play will resume. Troy?
Outer wing, rough contest. Musil gets the better of Morrow, but it goes straight to a Moe opponent. Wilson there for the Tigers. Clearance there from Jacobson, goes forward. Reading the play nicely is Biffin. He fumbles at the last minute. Blazer tries to clean up. Brown has to kick forward. Leading off his man is Tommy Long. Handball to the running Darnell Greg. Gets to the half-back flank and finds Jaden Van Dyke. He comes inside. Finds Fleming. Wants to go back and go backwards to Greg just to waste a bit of time. He elects to go long and wide to the half-forward flank. And Jacob Wood is allowed an easy mark, unopposed. He can chip over the top to Fleming. He, in turn, elects to go long down the line. Working back there is Jack Brown. Comes over the back to Farrell. The two big boys go at it on the boundary line and fumbles the ball over for a boundary throw-in.
Moe 13-13, 91. The Tigers are 8-5. 53 late in the last quarter.
25 minutes have gone.
The season all done and dusted for the Tiger outfit in 2017. While the Lions progress, Woodkey taps it towards his goal and kicks it off the ground and slams it into the sign behind the goals, which is the Zuzu Ute sign down there, and it's a minor score.
Quick kick in again for the Tigers. Finds Michaelides sliding in, handballs over the top. Ends up with Suter. His handball falls at the feet of Britton. He's taken without the ball. Umpire calls play on. Britton goes back and gets it again. Again under pressure. Michaelides clean. Handballs to Musil. Back out to Suter. Handballs over the top to Britton. Knocks it forward. That's smart. Jacobson kicks it up the instep. Dribbles it on the ground. Abbas has got time. He waits. Biffin has time to pressure. Clean with the ball is Belutro, and he's tackled around the foot and nearly play on, nearly 50 metres. Goes along to the hot spot. Working to the ball, and the ball is McDonald. McFeedy pulled Tommy Long. I thought he was out muscled there, but he put the jukes up.
Gee, the young kids are good for Moe.
It's a strong mark and releases pressure to Butler on the outer half-back flank.
Tommy doesn't look like a day over 25. He's still playing fantastic football. Butler went out wide there to one of the young guns in Fleming. Left foot kick, comes in forward, looks for Rissole over his head. Good work there by Van Dyke, who chips it high up in the air. Marked that one, he said. So Weber said, okay, and marks it on his own in the end. Weber kicks the half forward, over the top of Musil's head.
This guy has not had an opponent for the last half.
Van Dyke. Didn't shower this morning, kicks it into the pocket where Fleming. Now this is something that his old man would have never have done. Goal. If he can put it through, Tom Fleming will go back and extend this margin. And you'll see the celebration. The Lions are up and about in season 2017. Haven't seen too many of the Mafra boys here. I'm sure they would be here this afternoon. No doubt Coach Wayne Butcher checking out the opposition of next week. He'll go through the work during the week, but this Moe side is a danger in 2017 as Fleming comes in. That's a wobbly looking kick, gets to the goal line, and Hearn marks. Rocks on it last night. So maybe he has taken a few tips from his old man.
It's not a conventional kicking style, is it?
Gets the job done.
Ryan Hearn releases pressure for the Tigers, looking for Musil. Rennes gathers, knocked forward in the path of Massis. Handles backwards to Rennes. He's under pressure straight away. Massis goes back and helps out again. He's tackled straight away by Suda. It falls out Tigers' way. Michaelis tries to run onto it, puts some pressure on. Brock Smith doesn't give away the free kick. And the contest forms, does spill out, Blazer puts his head over the ball, as does Rosado, and Leg Rosado, who doesn't have the headband around anymore, so maybe that head injury has cleared itself up. He goes wide to Johnson. Johnson goes quickly forward to McDonald, unopposed, wheels around, looking for Jacobson, and Tommy Long again cuts this one off, and packs it forward and finding Clay Butler.
Butler goes it back to the running Long, who kicks it down towards half forward. Rissol's on his own. He lets it bounce. Does it sit kindly for him? It does. He gets to 55, lowers the eyes, hits the target up, and Woodkey, who drops the mark. Rissol followed up. Handball back to Woodkey, who kicked it. There's a free kick for over the shoulder as Rissol slipped. And we'll come back to the top of the 50 now for the Lions. He's a long way out. You don't think he'd have the leg in him. In terms of fourth quarter, heavy football, 29 minutes have gone. Lions lead it by 39 points at the moment. As Rissol is going to look for the barrel. Oh, here we go. Let down. Gets the barrel on the line, and that is to Van Dyke, who looks to be of the Scott variety. As the final siren sounds, the Lions are going to win it, but Scott Van Dyke's going to put an exclamation mark on it, and he puts it through the middle. The Lions move on to the first semi-final. Scott Van Dyke closes things off for the Lions, and they lead it. They've won this game 14-98. They won by 45 points in the end, and Bowie, as they have done, they were challenged in the first quarter, but a carbon copy of the first two times these two sides met throughout the home and away season, and they slammed on the afternooners after quarter time to run our winners by 45 points. And in the end, a clinical victory for this Moe outfit who move on. Bransbury and Thomas, have you got an indication down there for the Trove Volkswagen who you'll go to find for us?
I was thinking Jaden Van Dyke, boys.
Why not? One of the Van Dykes, both of them. Just if you go near Scott, maybe just check out that odour because no one went near him for the whole second half. So Scott Van Dyke, or one of the Van Dyke boys. Jaden was fantastic too this afternoon. As the Lions supporters all huddle around their change rooms, they're going to sing this song loud and proud. It's been a long time since they've won a finals.
This sets up an absolutely cracking finals weekend next weekend. We've got a massive game between Leongatha and Traralgon, who really put Mafra to the sword yesterday. Back that up on the Sunday with an informed Moe Lions. They've got redemption on their minds against the Mafra Eagles side, who they've been down.